No, seriously, you guys have got some new viewers. Everyone's like, I need to see this YouTube channel.
And we're live, and that was the intro.
Hi everyone. I was trying to create a post that says you want to create an event. I said, I don't know. No. It has gone on there. There we go. Welcome to Sundays. It's DJs and Dragons, the Sunday sessions. Right here, right now. We are back. There's been a 3-month-ish hiatus whilst people had babies and they're still not here. So we got hi Eagle. So it's all happening. Everything's gone crazy, but we're back and we're ready to go. We have a man in Spain, Sardinia, Greece, Sardinia. A man in Sardinia who's only got about 2 hours of Italy. There we go. Only got about a couple of hours of battery, so we're going to try and get in and get going as quick as possible. So without further ado, a competition announcement. Gaz.
Yes, I need to type that in, don't I? So yeah, crit wins, crit fails as usual. When we have one that counts, we'll put command in the channel. You reply with hashtag crit win, hashtag crit fail, which may or may not work given we've got a new bot.
We've got a whole new way that we're doing things. It's terrifying.
This may or may not go badly.
It could go horrendous.
So yeah, may or may not count. When we reach $100, which we did a long time ago, it gets capped at 100, so ignore the fact the amount's much higher. At some point, we'll do a draw when Riggs tells us we've got enough money in the pot, basically.
Yeah, we're going to do a draw, probably when we launch YouTube. We'll do it on the launch of YouTube. There we go. Right, enough to go with. Let's, without further ado, do a bit of this action and get cracking. Is it mirrors? Am I minimized on the screen?
It's because Tide's camera's dropped out again. Annoyingly, everything resizes.
It will come back.
Okay.
If I pop mine in for a second, then
there we go.
That'll resize, and then I'll...
Welcome everyone to the Sunday Session DJs and Dragons. Let me get you a little run of what exactly is going on right here. Our adventurers have been tasked with tracking a caravan of cultists who are heading north from Baldur's Gate to Waterdeep and beyond to who knows where. That's what they're trying to find out. The stretch they're on is about 750 miles. Horse-drawn, mule-drawn carts carry around 15 miles a day, so effectively they're looking to travel for about 2 months. During this time, they're looking to identify who they are. Not who they are, well, I'm sure they'll figure that out as well, right? But who the cultists are within the caravan. They're also trying to survive as best they can and get any information as they can. What has happened so far? Well, they've identified a couple of cultist caravans. As we go from back to front, we already know that the caravan at the back is probably not a cultist caravan, as it's being hemmed by Boyd Sheshapol, who does the ale. He's the ale man, a good friend of Alfred, a member of the party. We then know that there's a cult wagon in front of that, in between. In fact, and then we don't know what the next 2 wagons are. We haven't found out anything about them really. Then there's a cult wagon. Then there's a wagon hemmed by Enom Tobum. He currently has passengers, one of which is Aldor, who's annoying, the Green Imsa, who's lovely and become friends with the lovely Arlo. And it was Arlo in that other seat. Unfortunately, he lost his seat to some young adventurers who jumped in with the party. But it turns out they weren't adventurers; they were actors pretending to be adventurers. And as they all got attacked by some Etacap spiders. 2 horses were stolen, one of which belonged to your party. Jasmine has been stolen. The other one belonged to Enom. Enom, realizing his folly in hiring actors as adventurers, has now rehired you for the price of Arlo's seat back in order to get his horse back uneaten. There you go. So...
Oh yeah, the battle. We have got the horses back, haven't we? Because there was a whole thing about spiders going up into trees... And
so the spiders. So there was a fight at the camp, and then it ended with the spiders running away with the horse. So they captured the horses, but you haven't got the horses back.
Okay,
that's what I've got.
I thought we'd had that battle because we chased.
Did you dream it?
we chased after them. There was a cart, sort of half blocking the thing. There was definitely spiders. One went up into the tree. I'm pretty sure we had that battle.
Anyone? Any update on that? It's possible. So did you get the horse? Do you remember fighting and getting the horses? Because I've got it to the point where
Annoyingly,
You
the
fought-
spider person got away in the trees. They ran out of range.
The spider person got in the trees was the spider with the horse, right? So the
Can't
spiders were going
remember.
up and doing stuff.
Maybe.
Maybe we need to chase it. It's such a long time ago.
It has been a long time, yeah.
If we can get a fight, you check that. I'll get an update. I'm going to give you a little bit more of a recap as we get some more of my notes out, so you guys really understand where you are. So we're going to figure out if they have to get the horse back or if they did that already. That might have been at the end of the stream. I was kind of flipping through. In other news, you have a dead but stable Taser in a summonable portable mansion that you still have little idea where it came from. He's also joined there by 3 dragon eggs that you liberated from the cultists. Imsa, the green human travelling companion in Enum's wagon, who has become friends with Arlo, also witnessed Arlo and Ashrin going into the magical doors of your mansion and disappearing. She has not revealed this to you yet. Ash has made an ally of one of the guards, Tiit Skesh, a female dwarf. Bed Seshapol, the ale brewer, has taken Alfred under his wing, and Quent has bonded with Samardag the Hoper, whom the wagon that he's protecting. He's the man who's carrying a wagon of breakables along this journey. Other than that, the 2 things that I do know is that Arlo has mage armor cast on himself. Arlo's divination dice are a 6 and a 9, and that's pretty much that. See, what I've got as my final notes is Jasmine has been captured, Enum's horse has been taken, and Arlo will get his seat if he brings his horse back. That is my final notes.
Okay, so let me pop this on this screen. Share that.
Eagle in
screen.
Discord is saying that we got the horse back.
Do content insert. There we go. So yeah, there was the caravan. They got the thing. We went, chased them. There was these weird Etacap things.
Yes.
We definitely had a battle. I think the person got away. At least on the stream, the horse is still there, but I can't remember what the narrative was because it was off the screen, so maybe they took the horse. I can't remember.
I think they did, because that's the last bit I've got with our random things. So I've got it set up in order on my screen.
I seem to remember there was a bit of a thing right at the end, so yeah, that might be it, that they took the horse.
Maybe they only... I mean, my notes did Jasmine has been captured and Enum's horse has been captured whilst that was all happening. I've brought you into the actual screen now. You've got a bit... Is that your banner in the middle?
Yes. Yeah, that was just the previous one I was popping up.
That's fine. So if we look in here, so that's it. And you see that the Etacats have a horse there. So they've captured it and they are heading off with that horse.
Yeah. So I think we got
here.
I think we got his horse back, but yeah, our horse is not so good.
Enum's horse. No, I've got that they took 2 horses.
Yeah, but
it may be
because that's his horse. I think.
I don't think I had one representable horse.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Because then, but I mean, let me check my next setup screen myself without taking you guys there. Isn't this exciting, guys? Yeah. I do only have 1 horse on this screen. Correct. So we only have 1 horse.
Yeah, I think it's ours. They've got.
So there we go. That's what we'll go with. Yeah.
I mean,
so Jasmine has been captured.
Matter. We need to get that horse.
You need to get a horse back, or one of you's hoofing it. So whose is Jasmine, by the way? Whose horse is Jasmine? It's not Arlo's horse, because Arlo's horse is Bessie.
Alfred's horse, yeah.
Love Bessie.
There we go.
Yeah, Arlo's Bessie, Quent's Chester, Alfred's Jasmine, and Ash's Dusty. Yeah.
There we go. Right, guys. So currently, now I believe, and I didn't make a note of this, but I'm pretty sure that someone had cast a spell right toward the end of combat on the fleeing Etacap, on one of the fleeing Etacaps, which would allow you to track it for an hour. Was it not past that trace? What's the was it Hunter's Mark? Did someone cast Hunter's Mark on it?
Sounds like Hunter's Mark.
Possibly. Who would have Hunter's Mark though?
I don't know.
Wasn't me.
Or something similar.
It sounds...
Arlo, any ideas?
I'm still trying to log into D&D Beyond.
Okay.
That's where I am.
An eagle?
Eagle has enhance ability, bless, burning hands, healing word, prayer of healing, scorching ray. No, he's very much attacky things. Yeah, so he doesn't have it.
He says in Discord, bereavement, that was Typh.
It probably was Typh that cast it. So what we're going to go with, we're going to do a little bit of switch of the music, something a little bit less jaunty. Let's get this weather up. Oh, by the way, it's raining.
Of course it's raining.
So Ty's trying to catch up. So we've had a recap. We're ready to rock and roll. How you doing, guys? Let's have a little wave out to people. Let me just see who's tuned in right now. So we have an eagle. We did get horseback. Bereavement was Tithe. Yes. So I think we have one. We need one, and we're ready to rock and roll. Whew. So whilst he's loading his character sheet, basically, guys, you are. I believe you're tracking it, but I believe, for now, we'll believe there's a spell on there, because I'm sure someone cast it.
Yeah,
so
I can't figure out who
with
what spell, but I think you're right.
Actually, I do have Arlo's character sheet myself here, so
I
on
can't
his
see
spells...
anything. Unless it's that clairvoyance. No. That's just a static, as far as I'm aware.
Clairvoyance lets him do a within range, a place you have visited before. Yeah, a location. That's a location.
I haven't got anything.
Who knows? Did you have something, Ash? I thought it was you. But again, I'm not seeing anything.
No, not that I can see.
Maybe a secret ability belonging to someone. It wasn't a
Possibly.
spell.
Ah, it could be an ability, yes.
So you got Favoured of the Gods, never miss a saving throw, Font of Magic, Meta Magic. Maybe I'll make you roll for it then. It seems like it could be a Quent ability. Like, Warrior of the Gods, extra attack, fast movement, Stone's Endurance. Mountain Born, no, it's not that. Mage Slayer, it's definitely not Quent. Alfred's features and traits, divine bonus, warding, channel, destroy undead, racial traits, dark vision, dwarven, combat, toll, proficiency, stone cutting, dwarven touch. No.
Yes, cough.
Did my button not do it?
Throwing gas under the wagon.
It did not do it.
What's that?
Sorry, I haven't set the topic in D&D properly.
Oh,
My button failed this time.
Button fail. Button fail. Okay, I can't see anyone with an ability to be able to track. So unless Arlo can come up with something, we're going to assume that you're going to roll for it. So who wants to helm the... I'm sure that you already did this, though. So that's what I'm going to say to a small extent. I'm sure someone has the ability to do it. So I'm going to say you've already rolled, you're tracking it, and you know the direction it's going in. So let's go.
Let's go!
So let's... what I'm going to say is does someone want to helm the tracking? Who wants to helm the tracking?
I think Quent's usually fairly good at tracking, isn't he?
I think that's the other character you're thinking of.
Possibly.
So survival.
I was thinking survival. I think you're pretty good at that.
Yeah, I got +4 on survival. I can do that.
Alfred will assist.
Okay. So Arlo is going to guide Quent.
Okay.
Oh my.
So you can roll with an extra d4. I will quickly roll that. So it's a 10 from Alfred.
Ooh.
Oh, that's very good.
18 +4 +4.
So
I say that's a pretty good starting roll.
that's a pretty good starting roll. I would say that over the next sort of... It's really quick. The key thing is they're going to bring it back and they're going to try and eat it, probably, or cocoon it for food. So you needed to be quick, but you lope out ahead. You storm forward. In fact, your ability to be able to travel quickly, you have you have that ability. You can travel fast. You can move through the wilderness. You have fast movement. So you're away, and everyone's struggling to keep up, but they keep you in sight as they follow along. And before you know it, so it'll be you out the front to say here, and these guys coming up behind. Let me get that set up for you with Arlo in the rear. Arlo's struggling to keep up. It's like, he's just, hold on, I just want to catch up. Oh, dear me. Anyone want to carry me? And, yeah, so the four of you, do you have an animal out? I don't have one on the map, so I assume you don't.
No,
I think it
I
died.
don't think so, but there is a weasel on the map, though. Just below the middle wagon, though.
Yes, there is, so that would be it. So I will bring that across to the other map. 1 second, let me transfer that. Okay, so let's move you guys to the new map, like this, boom, and we're all live in the right map, and there is you and a weasel in the forefront. Can everyone see the map if you've got vision?
It's got shadows that look rather pointy, but yes.
Pointy shadows, that's the lighting. So
Yes.
we have some lighting on this map, which is weird.
I got a black screen.
It's always pointless. That means you don't have vision. Because it was coming to evening time. That was why I think I left the lighting on. So at the moment, unless someone's put a light source up, you're in the middle of the forest. You would very unlikely be able to see.
We're not being stealthy, are we? So, light
really.
cantrip on Quentsax.
Okay, so Quentip, so that would mean that he would be dynamic lighting, emits light on, and we'll say 30 feet. 30 feet, is it for that spell?
Sounds right. Light.
Sounds about right, yeah.
There you go, guys.
20,
so you should all be...
20 foot bright, 20 foot dim.
I'll do 40 just for the sake of it. Because you can see that, and stuff we know the stuff at the other edge will be at disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so that is where you can see.
So for flavour, Arlo will literally say to Astrid,
Astrid, could you light up the forest a little bit? These old eyes can't see as well as they used to.
Doesn't Arlo have dark vision and nothing? But yes, anyway.
he does.
But since Quent's leading
But
our way,
now I can see a bit further.
Yeah, exactly. And
So ultimately,
yeah.
No, it'd be like,
Boy, don't question me. If I say light it up, light it up.
Light it up, it is.
so you can't see where you can see them at the moment. You can't actually see that. Let's just move that to there.
Literally, I can only see a black square because it comes up and says hardware or something, not doing it. Something about hardware accelerator not doing stuff.
Oh, okay.
Well, if you look on stream,
You'll need to redo something. How about now?
Now I can see it.
There you go. I just gave you Alfred. I can see, so that's fine, and I'm controlling it. And then we've got, and you guys can see fine, yeah?
I
Can
can
the
see,
weasel see? Excellent. So as long as you can see, it's all good. Right, so basically, you've walked in, you see woods ahead of you, but you sense, Quen, with that roll, as you've tracked them really quickly, you sense that they're close by. If you at the front would like to make a perception check.
I can do that. Perception +1. Ooh, 18 + 1. 19.
You rolled 2 18s in a row.
nice.
I would say
I love this
with
dice.
the light, once the light, as you're going forward, you're kind of running through the trees. You're sort of like, you're just letting your senses guide you, and you're seeing like slivers of web, and you're seeing little things. You're seeing where a little bit of blood from a horse, and you then move to the next area. And finally, you get to an area, and you hear more than see, and then you stop, and everyone go. I'd like to think that like Ash runs at the back of you, and he's like, oh, and he's like, and you're like, sense. And then boom! All of a sudden, there's light cast on your axe, and you look around and you see movement, kind of in these areas in the trees, and you see a little opening in front of you, and that's all you see for now. You do see movement. Does anyone want to do anything? I will say that because you've sensed it and you've stopped, you have, without seeing any enemies around, you get the feeling that there's, you're hearing chittering, you're seeing, all of a sudden, because he's pointed it out, you're seeing movement in the trees, you're thinking, shit's about to go down. Does anyone want to do anything?
I'm assuming me and Arlo still have mage armor on. I'm assuming we did that from the last battle.
I've written down mage armor as a note, so yes.
Makes sense. Oh, actually, no, I don't, because I've got the Elven Chain, so it doesn't work on me. But
Correct.
Arlo will have it on. That's it, yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Definitely, definitely.
Okay, so
Arlo will cast Mirror Image.
Okay.
So if you can add 3 duplicates of me. So basically, knowing I'm about to get killed, Arlo's a bit of a coward. He casts Mirror Image, and literally he just starts duplicating himself.
So you suddenly have these mirrors around. Anyone? Alfred. Let me just see if Alfred wants to do anything. Does he have any prep spells? Guidance light. He would probably cast light on his shield. So he has his own light source in case you get separated. Bright light, 40 feet. Save. Okay, so he's his own light source. That's his turn. Anyone else? Do you want to do anything, Quentin? Or do you want to move? Do you want to prepare anything?
Don't think I'm going to prepare anything, but I'm thinking sending the weasel up ahead, so we can
Okay,
get
so
some more
you just
info.
command the weasel to go
Tell the
forward.
weasel to prepare an action.
It only got one action.
So the weasel goes forward, and at which point, as he then steps forward, all because they would now move it, the weasel would see these things here, which you've already seen them, but let's now actually reveal them live. He sort of, as you look forward, you see movement, and all of a sudden a couple of eticaps rush forward, and you do see, in dim light now, you do see a horse sort of like just starting to be cocooned from into the trees on either side. And everybody needs to roll initiative. Woo-hoo! Let's go.
Wow, it wasn't an 18 this time, only a 17.
That's not bad.
Still
Right.
19 initiative.
Do you know what I did as well? I loaded everything up and then I accidentally reloaded that. So even though it's ready, let's get some things out. Spiders. Spiders from Mars.
Spiders go squish.
Oh, thank you very much for deafening my motherfucking ears.
Way to go, Trace!
Thanks, Trace. Right, so let me
You're
click
gonna
on
have to fill in some stuff for me, but that's a 9 from Arlo.
No problem. So how do I get the thing up for everybody? Control U? No.
Yeah, you gotta
Text forward with AJ.
What's the I just hit the button here, can't I?
Control U is
Turn
the
order.
right one, but you gotta get the turn order out first.
And then do that, and then go remove all turns. Clear. You guys, you can let me add everyone. So Quent, Control U. Alfred, Control U. Ashrin, Control U. And Arlo, Control U. What did you get, Arlo?
9.
9.
That's
Now let me
human
click
for
on-
no.
Click on an episode and hit that. Oh, they rolled strong too. And then
But not strong for Renee.
And I didn't roll strong.
okay. Oh, that 9 has disappeared. I didn't do it right. I didn't hit enter, I don't think. There we go. Alfred, I need to roll. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Shrin, it's
So-
why you got to be a coward like Arlo and just produce multiple copies of yourself because you know you're going to roll low.
So his initiative will be
Where's the
another 10. So Alfred is also quite low. Now we've got those in order. Let me sort. And we're ready to go. Right, so Quent, you're up first. You've seen these eticaps rushing towards your weasel. Off you go.
Gwen.
Yeah, I was thinking about raging, but that's a bonus action, though.
I think the words you're looking for are, I hit it with my axe.
Oh.
That's actually a D&D stream. I hit it with my axe. Amazing one.
I can actually hit it with my axe. 40 feet movement. Yay! Straight down to this guy. beat him over the head with my great axe +1.
So you're not raging.
Well, that's a bonus action, so... But I will rage if I can.
Yeah, you have an action, bonus action. This is a full turn, so you can do
you can bonus
movement, action, bonus action.
Rage.
So you're going to rage up, run in, and then hit with your axe. Okay, roll attack.
Let's see here. Ooh, 17
Plus a lot.
7.
I'm going to call janky on that dice in a minute. Okay, here, roll. So that hits. Roll damage.
24. So damage is a d12 and a d6 plus 3 necrotic because it's divine fury, and that goes with the first strike of the thing. So it does 5 plus 10 plus 4 math.
5 plus 10 plus 4, 19 points of damage. Oof. And that's just your first attack, right?
That's just the first one. And I'm assuming he's still up.
Yes.
So I strike him at it again. This time without the divine, because it only works on the first one.
Mm-hmm.
That's 14 plus 7. 21?
Hits.
Ooh, yay. I get to do the more damage. 9 plus 4, 13?
He's definitely looking very bloody. You've come straight in. You've gouged into this thing. Let me just make a quick roll. And another one. And another one. Okay. You suddenly, to your left, as you're doing this, you've done that, you hear a rustle, and you do see a giant spider just lowering itself out of the tree. Just coming down to literally almost above you. That tree branch is coming down at you from above, and you've seen that, and that's the end of your turn.
I'll just tell it.
I love how our DM has positioned everything so that a quick fireball will not solve this problem.
Well, it'll solve the problem, but we'll have horse meat.
Asked how close Quent was. I said fireball.
So that's his turn. It's now the Ettercap's turn. So the one that's next to Quent will immediately throw out a web, trying to capture the thing next to him to try and sort of help himself. And in fact,
sounds like something I need to roll against.
Against this.
Oh, Sarge is has got web PTSD from the Sunday sessions. He got annihilated by spiders. Absolutely raped.
Right, so it's actually...
Trace was very nice. She kicked him into a building full of spiders.
Well, how big are you? What, are you a medium or small creature, Quent?
I'm a giant. I'm Goliath, actually.
You're a Goliath, but on your character sheet...
I'm like 7 something, I guess.
But as far as... I think you're still counted. I think giant creatures are... I don't know, I'm not... I think as a Goliath, you're still counted.
Basically, under description, under characteristics, under size, what does it say?
Medium.
There we go. So, melee weapon attack. Someone who attacks you... Basically, when it attacked you... When it attacks against the other, so I need to attack. I think I need to roll an attack first. Let's do that here. Oh, natural 20 first roll of the day. I don't shit you not. That is fucking incredible. Okay, natural 20, kids. So that's gonna hit, I would imagine. That's a 24 to hit.
Yeah.
So the damage is.
Arlo foresees it with a 6.
Are you in range?
There's no range.
Okay, well, you're foreseeing what? My attack will do.
I mean, technically, I meant to call it out before you call the dice, but...
Too late, I called the natural 20. Definitely not.
Yeah,
you can definitely have that later. There's not a lot of damage on this. It's just 4 plus 2, 6 damage, which is bludgeoning, so that's halved. So it's only 3 points of damage, but I need you to make me... No, you are grappled. because it hit. So the first thing, as it comes out, it kind of like fires this web. As the web gets you, it comes out. The web does very little damage, but it grabs your feet and hoists you up almost toward the tree, grappling you and leaving you kind of hanging there, swinging. You can attempt to escape that on your turn, and it's not a very high DC, but just by hitting, it does. Oh, it's double damage, by the way, so that's 6, including the halving. So in total, it'll be 6 points of damage. Now that's its turn. The other Ettercap, seeing that happen in there, seeing he's got that covered, throws out, moves forward toward the weasel. To move itself into combat, and it throws out a web beyond the weasel, encompassing. So the web is 60 feet, large or smaller. It's fine. Restrained by the web, not there. Doesn't say the range. Oh, one creature. Oh, that's disappointing. I thought it'd be area of effect. Bastards. I was hoping to get you all. So he's going to throw out the nearest one he can see that's shining like a beacon. He's going to send it to Alfred. So Alfred has been webbed. Ranged weapon attack. So again, it's a weapon attack. So I need to roll to hit. That's a 19. Fucking, we rolled under a 15 today. So that's going to hit. So that hits with his web. So he is currently restrained and needs to try and break from that on his turn. So that's the 2 Ettercaps. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Let me re-roll. That's. Does anyone have a passive above 18? Perception.
4.
Passive perception.
Not on this
Eagle
character.
might have a high perception. He's a wisdom-based character.
I will look. Alfred's passive
16.
perception. Oh, so no one sees anything, but all of a sudden another web shoots out from somewhere, and it goes for you, Ash, because there's so many shimmery mirror things. So I'm going to attack.
And it rolls a 6.
He rolled. Oh, good. That's good because that saves the natural 1 that I just rolled. So who knows what would have happened with a natural 1, but it was a 6. So a 6 plus, I think they've only got a +4, don't they? Yeah, so it's only a 10 to hit, Ash.
No, that does not hit, thankfully.
Okay, so you've used that 6 up. So you see a web come out, but you managed, as the web comes towards you, you're able to kind of move out the way, and it just ganks up the tree next to you. Yeah, so I know where he is. Without needing to make an ability check, that's fine. Yeah, cool. That's their turn. Moving to Alfred, who's next, who's now restrained. And he sees the weasel, he sees that. He doesn't really see enough things out there to cost anything big. He knows that if he's thinking of burning the web off himself, but then he thinks like he can break free, so he's just going to attempt to break free. Which, what did I say? It's a strength check? Web, creature by webbed. Yeah, strength check, DC 11.
Can he give himself guidance, or is that an action?
It's an action. He rolled a 7. So as he tries to break free, he can't. Let me just have a quick look at guidance to see if it's a bonus action or an action. Because if it's a bonus,
It's concentration in an action, I'm fairly sure.
Yeah.
He does have guidance. It is at will, touch, concentration up to a minute, 1 action. Yeah, so he couldn't do both. So he tried to break through thinking he could. The web's stronger than he thinks. So as a bonus action, he is going to cast Spiritual Weapon. So he'll cast Spiritual Weapon at just the usual level. Cast. That's cast. That should have taken it off his thing now. So he has a Spiritual Weapon, which is going to be like a big glowing like sword or something. And what did we use last time for the Spiritual Weapon? I can't remember. Eagle, if you want to say what your Spiritual Weapon looks like, tell us in the channel.
It was either a sword or a
Like
club.
I know Eagle, it looks like the paper clip from Microsoft Office.
You can't have a clip in an abandoned. That's a different character. This is a flamey character.
Hello, Clippy.
Clippy. We all remember Clippy. It was a cat, wasn't it? We did it as a cat last time.
Oh, that's what the random cat was, yes.
That's what the random cat was. So he's going to cast that. and he can cast that actually within 60 feet. So he's actually going to cast that down by this Eticat, who's then... I put it on the wrong layer, by the way. Let me just move that to the map, not the map layer. That's the worst idea in the world. Sorry, guys. Still getting used to the being back at the helm. Right, so he's in, and so then I believe... Weapon lasts until the spell. Again, when you cast a spell, make a melee attack. You can make a melee attack immediately against the creation within 5 feet. So he's going to make a melee attack. That's horrendous. That was 5 plus his spell attack, which is actually might be enough. Eagle. 5 plus. Where's his spell attack? Does he have any spells? Saving spell, saving spell, saving spell. I'm trying to find Scorching Ray. There we go. Plus 6. So 11 to hit does not hit. Unfortunately. So it comes down and the Cat moves out the way and it misses. That's Alfred's. That's an action, bonus action. He can't move. He's restrained. So he will stay still. That's his turn. Taking us down to Arlo over the reach. Actually, Arlo, what's your dex?
My dex is +3.
Rollies.
Yes.
Rollies, baby. Roll me a d20. Oh, it's got to be high.
Or is he saving throw by any chance?
No, this is just for who goes first.
I know my dex is higher than Alfred.
No, I think
It's not Alfred.
Versus
It's the giant spiders.
spider.
How do I reveal
Right,
it?
one
as well?
second,
I have to reveal the exact one, don't I? So.
Sorry, give me 1 second. There we go. There's a 20. Roll. So that's an 8 plus 3. 4, 11?
I rolled an 18.
11.
So you go second. So at the moment, so this spider now that's heading down towards the man, Quent, drops down, and as I switch to giant spider, it is going to attempt to bite into his head, basically, as it comes down from above. So it's just a straight up attack roll with a +7 to hit. Oh, that's horrendous. But you are restrained, so that's with advantage. That was worse. So as it comes down, you see it coming, and you kind of move out of the way one way, and it goes to bite into you, and you move back the other way, so you can't get out of the web. Fortunately, you've managed to avoid its attack. I can't believe you managed to avoid its attack, but you did. So yeah, you're currently still restrained. It's still dangling above you, just gnawing at you. Meanwhile, that's a great roll. So you see 5, 10, 15. That's going to be about here. And actually, is it 30 or 40 feet of movement? It's 30. Yeah, and climb 30. That's fine. You now see another web appear out of nowhere, Ash, and natural 20. Rocking either a shit roll or a natural 20 at the moment. So also you get hit by this web doing... Oh, that was good d4s. That's 4 plus 2, 6 points of damage. But again, you're now webbed. So you're webbed and restrained, and take 6 points of damage. Okay. Let me do a stealth roll with this one. Oh, he rolled terrible. So then this one here that starts to... I mean, it was so obvious. He was trying to stay to the trees, but as he sort of goes to go across, this guy here is now suddenly spotted and in the open. Everyone sees him. He rolled like a 6 on his stealth roll. So he's like creeping across like, nobody can see me. And everyone's like, what's that spider? What's he doing? And it's going to go 5, 10, 15. It can actually get to... It can't quite get to Quent. So that's going to get to about here. And it doesn't really have any range.
I just had that song in my head. What's that coming over the hill?
Let me do a quick measure.
Spider.
Oh no, it can get to there easily. Yeah, it can get to that square. There we go. So it can get within range. Cool. So it is going to move to that square there, and that is going to... So it gets there, and you see it, and as you see it, you're like, ah! and it's going to attack you with its bite. It's going to try and bite you whilst you're restrained. That's a 16 to hit,
Nope.
or an 18 to hit.
Nope.
Oh, again, it actually bites you, but it hits your Actually, you're not wearing armor, are you? It hits your skin, but it's so tough. It just can't penetrate your hide with its pincers on its first attack, and it's kind of like trying but unable to break through your immensely high fucking AC. And that is the giant spider's turn. That takes us down to Arlo, Asher on deck.
Right. Arlo's gonna look across at Ashrin and say,
What's this, boy? Strategy. That's how it's done.
and he's going to move across to there,
Do they all follow you?
and you can see where I've gone, right?
Yeah.
Yep. And he's gonna, I can't really do the ruler at the moment, but he's gonna do a lightning bolt through the two Etikans. And I think there was a spider there as well if he's not moved.
So show me the direction of it with a pen.
North.
Well,
and
literally, you can see Arlo, draw a line between Arlo and the two Etikans in a straight line.
You mean that sort of thing?
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah, so that will probably just... What is it, a 5 foot width?
It is. I would do it to try and miss...
You're going to try and miss.
Quent, obviously, but
You don't
click
have
the
to
two,
roll to attack, do you?
No, they have to roll dexterity to take half damage.
So what I'll do is I'll say the Weasel and Quent can make a dexterity check to either take half or no damage, is what I'll say, because you are aiming it away from them. So, Quent, could you give me a dexterity saving throw for you and the Weasel, please?
My DC is 16, by the way.
Ooh! So dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, I was just looking because my dex save throw says something about advantage against effects that you can see while not blinded, deaf, or incapacitated. So I guess I got advantage on this roll.
I would give you that, for sure.
I see it coming. I'd be dodging. With a 9 plus 2.
1 second, let me just check the web,
11?
because you're currently...
Yeah, it's restrained. So
You're
he gets
restrained,
advantage and also disadvantage. It's a straight roll.
It'd be a straight roll, yeah. Would you roll a 9 with advantage? I mean, that's not enough, even with your boost.
Well, I got a plus
So-
2 on the dex, so it's gonna be an
So
11,
you
but
take
I don't know.
half damage, whatever he rolls. What about the Weasel? Roll dexterity saving for the Weasel. DC 16, man. That's a good DC.
Ooh.
Well, that's good.
32 points of lightning damage, by the way.
So there's good news. The Weasel is able to see it, and he leaps out of the way as the electric flies through. Quent, you take 16 points of electric damage.
Actually,
Right, I've got good news and bad news.
we
right.
will take...
The good news is, Quent,
Stop,
you're no
stop,
longer
stop.
webbed.
1 second. Say that again, Quent. Say it right. So, Quent, what did you say? The Weasel avoided damage.
Yeah, just noticing it had the dex plus 3, so it's actually a dirty 20. Just
Yeah,
saying.
it's nice. Yeah, it was well over. So that's so the Weasel's out of the way safe, so it takes no damage. I'll do the Etiquettes in a second. And that's electric damage though, right? That wouldn't unrestrain him. It would just channel through the web.
Lightning ignites any object it touches, according to the description.
Okay. So it's a plus and a minus, right?
Yeah.
So he's no longer restrained, but
He's
what's
no
the
longer
damage?
webbed, but he takes 5 points of fire damage.
So that's a total of 21 points of damage to you, Quent. And that's not halved because it's magical. I like how he's taken more damage from you than me. But you're free, which is good for your turn. Let's check the etiquettes. So what do I need? Dexterity saving throws. So
DC 16.
the good news is...
And for 3, one of them can roll a 9.
Can I, as a reaction, Stone's Endurance,
Yes, you can.
reduce damage dealt
Yes.
by 1d12 plus 3?
So roll the 1d12 plus 3 and take that off. That makes sense whilst it's a big one.
7.
7 points of damage off of that.
It's a thing.
Okay. So that's a 13. So work from the top now. Who do you want to fail?
Let's say the first one.
Okay, so the first one auto
Actually,
fails.
no. Let's make it the one next to Quent.
Right, so he's toast immediately.
One that's very, very bloodied already.
Yeah, so this guy is done.
Fatality.
One down, bam, he's toast. The one at the top rolled a 16, 13 plus 3. So he saves, so he only takes 16 points of damage?
16 points.
Only.
16 points of lightning damage, and anything flammable that he's wearing ignites.
He's not wearing anything. He's a spider.
But there's a
He
horrible
gets away.
smell of singed fur in the air.
On the spells, just have a quick look at the spells. Let's go back to Alfred. Spells. I'm just trying to look at his Spirit Guardians is there. Spiritual Weapon. Light weapon within range. Cast. So I know in Baldur's Gate you can destroy them, but I don't know if you can in the actual game.
No, they're indestructible in game. They don't have HP. They don't have an AC.
Yeah, so that's good. So that doesn't take any damage. That spider there, I would say, is floating. I'll make it and I'll do the same thing, so that's fine. You've missed the horse quite considerably. That's that. Anything else? Bonus action?
Oh, that's my movement. No bonus action.
Okay, so you're done, yeah?
Yeah, I'm done. Ash, ready
Okay,
to go.
Ash, you're up. Quent, you're on deck.
Right. So,
You are restrained.
Yes, I'm restrained. Can I see the big thing or not?
What's your big thing?
This one that's tried to
No.
chomp into his head.
I would say you can't because you're like Alfred and you haven't moved, and you're the. What is your? Oh, that's the wrong thing. What is your What is your dark vision?
I've got 60-foot dark vision, but Quent is the one I cast light on, so he's right next to it.
Oh, so the light is right there. You probably can see it then, yeah.
Right.
Through some trees and a thicket, I'd say it's got cover and shit, but you can definitely see that there's a big spider there.
Cover doesn't matter because I'll be attacked at disadvantage anyway, because I'm webbed.
What happened to the spider that I moved to there? That's disappeared.
Yeah, well, that was going to be my other question.
Yeah,
is
there
what
was a
about the
spider in between those two things.
It really was. Where the fuck is it? Well, I'll tell you exactly where it was because it's what the fudge. So that needs to make its own. That failed, so that takes 32 points. That's dead. It had less than 32 points of damage, so that one is dead.
Where's the other one?
Shit me! What is going on with these spiders? There's supposed to be 2 of them. It's just not duplicating.
Well, that one's dead, so put it back. Put it back in the tree, and we'll count it.
That's what we'll do. Yeah, we're going to do that now. Let's crack on. Yeah, what else do you want to do?
Right, so I can see that one, and I can see the one up there. Right, and my attacks will be at disadvantage anyway. So, I'm going to do Scorching Ray, 2 shots against the big one, 1 against the little one, and see what happens.
Okay, so roll 3 attacks with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Is it 3 attack, 3 scorching rays, yeah?
Yes, yeah.
3 rays come out, bosh, bosh, bosh.
So we'll do against the little one first.
Did you not want to use one of those rays on yourself to free you?
I did wonder if that was a thing I could do, or would it hurt me?
Yes.
It would hurt me.
Well, when the web
100%.
explodes, you wouldn't hit yourself unless you rolled a 1.
oh, so
But
it
if
wouldn't
the
be
web
my damage. It would be the web's damage.
It'd be the web damage, correct.
In which case,
Oh,
yes.
Misty step out of it, dude.
I did wonder if I could do that as well, but... oh yeah, because that's bonus action.
These
The
are all
spell, though.
options.
Yeah, Misty Step's bonus action. I didn't realise that.
But it is a spell, so you wouldn't be able to cast a spell as well.
True.
You can do a cantrip.
You can do it later, or
Or
it's
quicken.
disadvantage. Oh, so many options. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so we'll go with my first thing, and yeah, we might change it.
Right,
for
so
a sec.
roll 3 attack rolls at disadvantage.
Well, it depends. If you're going to let me do Scorching Ray on myself and only take the damage of the
I am.
web, right? I
So
shall-
do the first roll first, attacking yourself with disadvantage just to see. It's not going to be a high AC.
I was going to say so it's not
Do
my
you hellish
AC,
rebuke
'cause
yourself
It's only
for
against
that?
the web, right? Okay. So disadvantage is 6 plus 6, so 12.
10 was the DC. So you've managed to ignite one of your scorching rays onto yourself.
Okay, good. So how much damage do I take for that?
1 second, let me just get rid of the restrained. There we go. So the damage is web creature in it. The effect ends if it is destroyed. It has an AC of 10, 5 hit points. Oh, what damage did you do?
Do I need to roll damage? I can roll damage.
It's vulnerable to fire damage, so don't worry about it. So I need to do 6. 6. So that'll be 4 points of fire damage.
To me? Okie dokie. Right, now. So first Scorching Ray, then against the little one.
Yeah.
So now...
So no longer at disadvantage.
This is just a straight roll, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a 15 plus 6.
Ooh. Boom. Roll damage.
Excellent. And then that's 2d6. D6, D6. That's 9 points of fire damage.
Yeah, it's looking hurt.
Okay. It's looking hurt, but not dead. In that case, the second one's going towards it as well. Let's see whether we can...
Okay, boom, boom.
That's somewhere between a 17 and a 3. Oh, on camera it looks like a 3.
It does very much.
It does. Fine, that one doesn't.
But if it's, is it not? If it is cocked,
in
it's
reality, it is definitely cocked. Yeah.
cocked. Okay, yeah, roll it. Re-roll it. I'll allow it. If it's cocked, it's cocked.
So
That's a 10 plus.
6, so 16.
That on the Ettercap. Let me just check. I haven't got the Ettercap's AC up before. Yeah, that hits.
Excellent.
Roll damage.
8 points of fire damage.
Still up.
Okay, and that's it.
Okay, he's very singed, looking a bit panicked, and that takes us to you, Quent.
Oh, hello.
So you are no longer restrained, but you've suddenly you've got this fire burning you. You're ignited for a second, but the rain is already starting to put it out, and you look around and you've got this spider literally hanging above you.
Yeah, fire hot. Fire hot. I go against the one that's above me, obviously,
Yeah.
because closest and stuff. And rage mode with divine fury. So let's see if I can actually hit this fucker. Hopefully I can. Oh yes, I can. I most definitely can.
Okay, so you've hit, so
23.
roll damage.
23 to hit.
That
Do I hit?
definitely hits.
Okay. Ouch. That is 14 plus 7. So 21 damage on the first attack.
Oof, it's still up, just.
Well, I hit it again without Divine Fury this time. And that is 18 to hit.
It hits.
Hello, D12.
Mince meat time. Oh, it rolled low.
7 damage.
It's still up.
Son of a bitch.
It's got 1 hit point left. Oh my god. It's just like hanging there and you're carving into it. Its guts are kind of dropping all over you at the moment. It's still trying to. So its web's nearly failing, but it's still there.
Is my weasel still alive?
The weasel is fine, yes. But you didn't, and you haven't used your bonus action yet. So if you want, you can use your bonus action to command it to attack.
Yes, I will do that.
Okay,
Weasel
so roll an attack roll.
Attack. Weasel, that's a 9 plus something. It has plus 5 to hit. Holy
Oh wow,
crap.
that does
14,
hit.
14
That
to
does
hit.
hit. That hits.
It hits with 1 piercing damage.
Boom.
You could have hit the other one.
It would have had to get there, and the problem is it would have then taken an attack of opportunity, and he might have just died. Right, so that is your turn. It takes us to the Ettercap's turn. Arlo.
Yep.
First thing I'm going to do. So what does mirror image do?
Well, I roll, and he either hits me or one of my mirror images.
Okay, so I've definitely hit. So roll to see if I hit your mirror image.
Right, so quick look. So, right, let me just roll d20. Nat 20. I'm assuming that means he hits a mirror image.
I don't know what the mirror image spell says. What does it say?
Okay, so where is it? So I'm doing this on multiple devices. Mirror
I'll
image.
pull it up for you.
Okay, so if I roll an 8 or higher, he hits my mirror image instead of me,
There
and
you
the
go.
duplicate has an AC of 10 plus my dex modifier, so it's got an AC of 13. If you roll less than a 13, it just misses. If it rolls more, it just annihilates one of the mirror images.
So one of them's gone. Boom.
Yeah.
Op. So that goes. Roll me a perception check. Oh no, it'll be passive because you're not looking for it. Let me roll my... Natural 20, by the way, so there's another natural 20 there, on stealth for the spy, for Ettercap, if you needed a thing for it. So they've still got a hidden Ettercap somewhere in the world that no one can see. He's like a ninja, with webs just appearing out of nowhere.
Yeah, I
Meanwhile,
will literally go,
I swore I had more mirror images.
the next one is going to attack the weasel. That's a 14 plus 4, so that's 18 to hit Gwent on the weasel. It's got a multi-attack.
I'd be astounded.
It's actually
if that
20.
doesn't hit
It's actually 20 because so he's going to bite first. Oh, let me see if I get my web back. I did not. So it bites first, so that hits. So that's 1d8. I got a d8 out as well. That's 8 plus 2 is 10 points of damage to the giant weasel. How many hit points does the giant weasel have?
1d4 plus 1.
So it is dead.
It's very dead.
The spider bites into it and it dies. It's alright, it did 1 damage. It did 1 damage. It did okay.
Well,
as
and
that
absorbed
dies,
an attack. Which is always
I'm
handy.
going to roll to see if it's intelligent enough to know not to hit the thing. It is. It figures out that that's ethereal and it doesn't even spot it. Maybe I know it doesn't do that. So it's going to see behind it its friend in danger. It's going to look over there and see 3, the guys to the north, and it is going to go back towards you guys. So that's going to step up here, and it's going to attack you, Quent. This one has to roll to see if it gets it. Oh, that's the same one. He rolled, he didn't get his web back. So it's going to do its second attack, its claw attack, which is plus 20 to hit.
Son of a bitch.
Finally! So that is 2d4 plus 2. That's 5, 6, 7 points of damage, half to 3. So 3 points of damage. And... make me a strength saving throw. Oh, that's a claw. I couldn't. No, don't worry about that. The multi-attack is a claw and a bite. I can't do the thing, so don't worry about it. It's done that. It's done its claw. It's done its bite. That's its turn. That's its turn. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. That's over to the giant spider. Ash.
Yeah.
20 over 20 to hit.
I think that might hit. Yeah.
Oh, you're already. Oh no, you're not webbed anymore, are you?
No,
You
not
burn it
webbed
off.
anymore.
You are now. And on a stealth check, what is your passive perception?
Passive perception 14.
It rolled a 9 plus 3. Yeah, so you see it. You do see it. You glance as the spider web comes out. You suddenly see this spider here. To your left is where it came from, and it's moving in your direction as you're all webbed up. Yeah.
Did the web cause any damage or not?
Yes, it did. I gave you that, didn't I? So that was 7 points of damage.
Oh, 7. Okay.
Oh no, wait. Web on this one. That's the other one that does damage. This is ranged attack. The target is hit by the web. No damage. It's the other attack that does damage. That's no damage, but you are webbed.
At least one thing's not too bad.
Let me roll to see if I get that back next turn. Okay. And... yeah, as an action. So that's its action. It doesn't have any real bonus actions. It can hold its breath underwater for 15 minutes, though. think that's important.
I won't
gonna
cast
scuttle
my
up. So
drowning
this-
spell.
This is currently, and so this is now about 20 feet up in the tree, by the way, just so that you understand where it is. That takes it through that turn. It's Alfred's. I feel like I'm doing everyone's turn. It's Alfred's turn. Let's see if Alfred's definitely spotted it with his passive perception, so he sees that up there, but he's currently still restrained. I think what he's going to do. How far can the spiritual weapon move? That's the question. Because if it
20
can
feet.
come up. Oh, so it's definitely not going to be able to reach in this turn to break him free.
No,
But it's going to move in that direction. He's going to summon it over in case he can't break. I mean, that's 20. It's within range-ish. I'll give it a go and I'll roll. That's fine. So it's going to do an attack roll on the web, which was a DC 10, but I'm going to make it 15 so that he doesn't hit. Because it's not him doing it himself. So that is 14 plus. That'll hit. So he gets cut free. Spiritual Weapon comes over and cuts him free, and leaves him free to do his own thing. So his bonus action is to summon that over. So his action is going to be to. Sees a big group there, but he sees that. He sees the horse over there. So he sees the spider. He sees the immediate threat now. He's here with his friend in a web. So he is going to probably fire 3. I think he's going to do the Scorching Ray thing as well. Does he have Scorching Ray? Yes, he does. How many spells have we got, though? Because of last... Oh, he's got no second level spells left. He's only got 1 third level spell left, but he has loads of first level. Scorching Ray is unfortunately too high a level. So he's going to step up to level with you to sort of... In fact, he's going to step right in front of you to protect you. And then he's going to cast Burning Hands, doing this much damage to the spider. Oh, that's a terror. He rolled a 1, 1, and a 2 with 3d6s. Oh my god.
Eagle. They're all better.
Oh my god. So he does
What you doing, Eagle?
4 points of damage to the spider. But you know, he did some damage. He's like, yeah. So that's and he stood in front between you and it, which is quite good, protecting you, as is his way, isn't that right, Eagle? You're a protector. That's his turn. Takes us down to Arlo.
Right. Okay. Let me just check my spell slots real quick.
We had a nat 20, didn't we?
Arlo is going to cast. I'll tell you what. Arlo's going to cast. Yeah, he's going to do Toll the Dying on the spider attacking Quen.
Okay. What's the saving throw on that?
DC 16 Wisdom. How wise are those spiders?
Well, they rolled a 14.
The wisdom of the
So
forest.
there's a chance. Scrolling up, they are not very wise. They have a 0, so it fails.
DC 16, so that's 11 points of necrotic damage.
Oof! It is now. Even with the little damage of fire, it is definitely blooded.
Right, so here's a bell. And it takes a whole
Kind of
necrotic
sways
damage.
at the tree. It looks a bit blackened from this necrotic damage all over it. Is that your turn?
Yeah, I'm going to stay where I am.
Ash, you're up next. Quen on deck. We're doing well with this combat, flying through it. I like it.
Okay. Strangely,
You are restrained.
Yes, exactly. Strangely, I think I'm probably going to do the same thing as I did last time. Because I have 1 second level left.
Okay, so do your attack on yourself first.
So yeah, attack on me first. Which is a disadvantage, so 9 and a 5. 5 plus 6 is 11.
Yes, just enough. It
I was
a
going to say, I
10
think you said
DC.
it was 10, wasn't it? Yes.
It was 10, yeah.
Excellent.
So you break through the web, taking 4 points of damage again.
4 points of damage. Okie dokes. Probably ought to update the token over here as well.
Oh,
Go.
good man.
Right. So
You are now free.
So this one closest to me is now the imminent threat, because, I mean, Quentin's fine. He's surrounded by stuff.
He's surrounded, but he's alright. Most of them are already dead. Attack roll.
So,
Normal.
Normal. 19 plus. I
Definitely
think that
hits.
Okay, so that's...
Quent's fine. He's only missing 22 hit points. He's fine.
11 points of
Oh, that's
fire
the
damage.
opposite of the roll that we just had.
Yeah.
11 is enough, by the way. 11 was what it had left. So you suddenly fire out, and it almost like travels up. As you do your own web, it kind of travels up, and then you cast the other one following this fire back to him, and it just hits him and blasts him out of the sky. I didn't manage to poison any of you. I was really hoping to get some poison action on the go. They've all got the ability with their bite to poison, but not a single one has hit with a bite yet, even with advantage twice on Quent. Fucking 20 AC. Right, so he's gone. You've got one shot left. One shot left.
So to this one closest.
Yeah.
Because, yeah. Also a 19.
Oh,
plus,
roll damage.
So another 2d6.
Might survive.
Not bad.
It
9
does survive.
9 points.
It's still up. It's still up.
Okay.
It's not looking good. It's all burned. It's half hacked from one. It's got one little bite from a giant weasel, which I think is the most damage. And then it's just been blasted for fire. And it is not happy. They're looking at, it's almost like looking at this horse thinking, is this worth it? Looking at all you guys. But we'll see what happens. Quent, you're up.
Ooh, yes indeed.
So you have a spider above you that looks like it's about to die. You have an eticat next to you that looks like it's about to die.
You know, you just reminded me because you said giant weasel, and I was like, wait, that wasn't the one I had out. I had the normal weasel out.
Ah.
Whoops. Oh well, wrong one. Doesn't care, no matters. We move on, and we do hacky slash with rage mode on the big one up top, because I got a feeling that thing's about to
Yeah,
Bomb your brains.
I could really use a 1 here.
not a 1. 17 to hit.
17 hits. Don't even bother rolling damage. I mean, you can if you want, but he had 1 hit point. So as you know, it was dripping all over you, and you're loving it. You're bathing in its guts, and then you're like, wah! And you carve it in half as it drops either side of you. So you have 2 halves of a spider on each side. And then you look around, and there's one behind you, and again, it looks... I ain't no exaggerate when yet again you left it on 1 hit point, Ash. It's standing there, it's like, you turn around, you see this limp thing hanging there.
Obviously, I'm gonna try and see if I can hit it. 17 to hit.
It's again, you roll the damage, but don't bother. So it's well. How do you want to kill this one?
I'm just gonna do a little jump 180 degrees and just flunk straight down.
Just literally carving it in half. Boom. Bits of etiquette everywhere. So with that in mind, yeah.
Yay! Didn't we have a healer among us? I believe.
Sort of.
Eagle.
There is still an etiquette out there that rolled a natural 20 for stealth. But seeing what's happened, he's fucking gone. On that round of combat, I saw 3 of his things die, and it thought better of... I mean, to be honest, I rolled to see if it could get the horse and stealth out with that, but it decided not to risk it. I rolled. It was a 3-way decision on the dice, and the dice decided to get the fuck out of there. The horse was just that little bit too close to Quent that he just saw carve 2 of his mates in half.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what we'll say is, for the sake of brevity, you've done it. Does anybody, knowing that your options with spiders, etc., does anyone want to try and milk a spider? I mean, what I would say is the ones around Quent are totally damaged, but the one that was damaged up with the magic damage to the north, if Ash or if anyone, because you'd gathered together, if anyone wants to try and get some poison from it, I will allow it.
Oh, I'll give it a try. I mean, spiders, herbalism, it's kind of in the same wheelhouse.
Yes, indeed. Okay,
Right.
so what I need you to
what do you
do
need to roll?
is roll me. That's the wrong thing. One second, I've got it here somewhere.
Medicine? Nature?
It's definitely I would say medicine check is what I would say. You have to
Right,
work
one
out what's where on a spider.
Right, so medicine is -1. So we're going to roll a d4 for guidance. For 4. And 15 on medicine, so 19.
That's a fucking incredible roll.
Oh, yeah.
You don't even take any damage. There was the option to take damage if you rolled terribly.
Stab yourself with it.
Or just poison
So I'll
yourself,
obviously
etc.
take it as a teaching moment for Ashrin as well. He's like,
See, Ashford, the giant spider, known for its poison. If you gently milk its mandibles like so, you can make a fine poison for a blade of such.
Did you do you have anything to put it in?
oh, it's a good question. Let's have a look.
I mean, I would say with your new tools that you got, because you got herbalism tools, is that right? As
Got a
part of
herbalism
that.
kit.
I would say there's definitely a way to hold on to it, and if you don't have an empty bottle, I would imagine you would have a series of flasks that will allow you to top them up if you need more. So I would say for now that's fine. So you do have one use of a spider venom vial.
Should I just ask her, should I just add a vial of poison?
A vial of poison will, yeah, is spider venom not a thing? It shows on here as a thing, but I would imagine poison spoon is fine.
Okay.
Definitely in the same category.
So you've got some poison. That's great. You can give that to somebody if you want, or keep hold of it yourself. There's nothing else here. There's just Jasmine tied up. You don't need any kind of checks to get her down. You've got plenty of time now that everything's dead. Yeah, I would say it takes you about an hour in all told to leave the camp, track the spiders down, clear everything out here, get Jasmine, and make your way back. So all told, about an hour to... It is now firmly dark out and moving into the evening as you head back to the caravan.
Right, does anyone else need a quick bio break? Because if not, Ash will just run while you do the intro.
No, definitely. Just give me a second. I've just accidentally put things in the wrong place. There we go. That was annoying. Caravan maps. No, I didn't want to put that. Let's go back to JJ. That's when you put two maps on top of each other, it puts them into their own folder, which is super annoying. I only want to put that. Move that down there. Yeah, I mean, you want to take a bite, you can say, I will get us ready. So we're heading, as you work through the wilderness, you've killed some spiders, and we'll just take a small break. I don't want to take too many of a breaks because Ben might... how's your battery looking, Ben?
It's probably going to hold out for at least another hour, maybe 2.
There we go. So we're all good. We're going to keep going. We're going to move on with some more dice rolls another day, a week. We're doing it at a time at the moment. But for now, you head back to camp, and we'll work out what happens back at camp with the horse and your... At least Arlo gets his nice, comfy location back on the caravan, which is quite nice. Cheers, guys. Woo. That wasn't bad. First combat, just over an hour, and you've killed lots of spiders.
Okay. Right. we're back, I think.
Ow, now.
Okay. Nearly finished my roll. Hi guys, welcome back. So, let's move you guys. No, don't do that. It's annoying. There we go. That's what I did last time. That's what I needed to do. There we go. In fact, to be honest, you're on a road, you've done that. What I'm actually going to say is when you get back, you're actually on our daytime road thing, even though it's nighttime. Right. So as you get back, the wagons are kind of up and running. You're missing a horse, but you attach the horse back to Arlo's. And this is roughly where you are now. As the guards get back in position, you've got a nice wagon train going on, and pretty much you head and make camp, settling down in one of the little off-road areas. And that's another day goes by.
Long rest?
Long rest button, people.
Oh, that'd be handy. Long rest.
It's the best thing about these things is like, because it's little encounters, it's across the day. Like, you get to just blow everything, like boom, 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 boom.
If I hadn't have been webbed both bloody times and needed to have the extra things to get out of it, I was going to twin spell chromatic orb at them, but...
Can I just point out that Alfred used a lot of spell slots. He smashed that out. He was like smelling all over the place. Great. Right. That was I only used 2, by the way. That was good. Eagle was using them spells. Right, let's do this, people. Another kind of week after that, quiet days. There's a lot of a lot of people are really appreciative of you guys now. You start to notice a lot more people sort of talking to you out and about, saying, "Oh, well done for getting that horse back," etc. And yeah, Enom is very impressed with you, Ash, not Ash, Arlo, and you are, he gives you a really comfortable seat in the back, and sings your praises, etc. You're loving it in the lap of luxury in the back of there now. Everything's going very well. I need someone to roll me and I can't remember. I need to pull up my sheet. Oh my goodness, the first.
I'm on a 6
roll...
for the divination.
Okay, what was it?
A 2 and a 6.
So you're 2 and 6 for div dice.
Someone's going to fail something.
I'm guessing each day in the morning you're catching mage armor and using the spell slot up each day, just in case something happens. Enom has got your seat back. That's no longer captured. His is no longer captured. So first of all, Arlo, can you roll me a d20?
Rolling. That is a 7.
Where are you rolling? Oh, there we go. Nice. Okay, so you have a few conversations during the course of the week with Imsa, and your friendship progresses, but she doesn't reveal that she knows anything to you yet about your disappearing. Finishing my roll now.
Okay.
We went in a mansion, didn't we? Yes.
Mm-hmm. So who wants to roll the dice for the event?
Sure. But which one do you want?
I can't remember whose turn it was. It's a D12 from... Go on, Quentin, you go. D12.
3.
It's a nice sunny day.
Here.
Oh, actually, no, sorry. You had to roll me a D20 first. Roll me a D20 first. Not that it matters.
Well,
yeah.
5 then.
Okay, so back to here. Interesting one, huh? Interesting. So I should have that on the left.
I love the fact when he goes like, it doesn't matter, but you need to roll anyway. Okay.
Interesting. Interesting.
Ooh, ice cream truck.
So the day goes on. You wake up one morning and you hear a bit of a furore we'll say, Arlo, you wake up for your day, you're comfortably in the back, and you hear a bit of shouting outside. And there's a few people sort of gathered around the wagon at the rear. And Alfred is sort of in the middle of all this, as he's kind of like sort of trying to calm everybody down and be diplomatic. But what you really notice is that one of the horses on the ale cart is looking a little bit tired. It's not very well looked after. It's doing okay, but its collars and things are a little tired. It's been chafing. And a lot of people are saying that Bade is not looking after his horses enough, and he needs to be better at it. And they are starting to get a little bit aggressive, and Alfred's doing his best to sort of keep things on an even keel.
Okay. So seeing the horse there that's a bit injured, Arlo would go up and he'd say,
let me show you something that my daughter taught me a long time ago.
and he's going to go for a risky heel on the horse.
The risky heel. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Despite the fact that Alfred, who's king of healing, is there.
He's calming things down at the moment between the people.
And that is a 4. That's 3 points of healing to the horse.
It gets a little bit more health back in it. It gets a bit of colour in its cheeks, but you can still see that it's not strapped in very well. I don't know if someone wants to try and maybe give him some advice, maybe try and help him with his animals. Alfred, again, at the moment, is still just, he's like, he's trying to calm things down. He says, oh, yeah, he's doing his own thing. Let's just see if he can. He's doing a good job at keeping everyone away and keeping things calm, but that's what he's doing. But at the moment, the horse is still sort of whinnying, and it's a bit like tight, and it's not happy. And Bade's just, it's not that he's a mean-spirited person, he's an L person, he's just a little bit careless.
He's not very good.
You think? So I don't know if someone wants to talk to him or give it, what do you want to do? You still feel this could escalate.
I was going to say,
he's getting very defensive.
Have we noticed, or are we still at the front? Being Quent.
I would say by this point, I would say actually if you're at the front, it's, yeah, because that's, let me just get the order up. I would say unless you're called back there, which you haven't been at the moment, I would say you're at the front, you wouldn't notice. Yes, it's Arlo, and this is an Arlo-Alfred challenge.
Oh, and as an aside, I've just noticed in my notes how we track the spiders. Arlo had Poe out, and that's how we tracked them.
That was it. That was it. Exactly that. But
just that thing we needed to know like an hour ago.
Yeah, and that's it. We got there. We got there. Okay.
Okay, so Arlo will kind of elbow Ashrin, and it'll be like,
boy, things are getting a bit tense over there. Why don't you use that gift of the gab you have and smooth things over before we waste any more time dilly-dally.
To Ashrin, and he's going to give him guidance.
Ashrin is many, like 120. You have to realise this is a long old caravan. So it's you and Alfred at the very rear, and they're quite near the front, so he's definitely out of range.
I'll cast Whisper 100
feet.
I would still say, we've said that we're sort of loosely doing it on here. I would say 100 feet. Think about how much is 100 feet? Only double the length of this
30
room.
meters?
Yeah, so I would say that this convoy is about 12, 15 wagons. It probably goes over something like 200 or 300 meters. So I'd say where you are at the moment, he's definitely out of range.
Okay. Right. So Arlo's gonna pull his sleeves up, and he's gonna be like,
"Oh, the Lord tests me sometimes."
And he's gonna walk over, and he's gonna try and calm these people down.
Well, Alfred's calmed the people. So Alfred has rolled already, and so everyone's calm. But at the moment, the horse, even though you've healed it, it's still winning a little bit, and he's still like, "We can't." And what you do notice is now the horse has stopped, and everything else is moving forward still. So he's kind of like, the horse is almost like stop, and he's like, "Just need to move." And but there's a few people that have sort of come back off the sort of rear carriages, and one of the guards specifically is talking vehemently, saying he has to keep up. We can't protect it if he separates off. And the other one's like, but you have to be careful because the poor horse. Look at it. Oh my goodness! And there's like a female mage there that's not very happy. So she's very much defending the animal and saying we need to look after it and get it to move. And the guard is saying that if you don't move soon, the convoy will keep on moving. And you're left there, so you're next to the caravan with the horse where you've just healed it. Do you want to do something to try and assist the movement, or talk to Bade about how doing that? Or did you want to go and help Alfred? But Alfred looked like he's got this, and he's talking to both, and at the moment they're not doing anything aggressively in any way.
Arlo is the sort of person that would over-explain things. So he would definitely sit there and give him a 5-minute lecture on how to properly, put a reins on a horse.
So what you need to do, so what I'll do is I'll do 2 checks. So first of all, do an animal handling check to see if you know how to put the reins on a horse.
That doesn't really...
I don't think it matters. Arlo would definitely think he knows how to do it.
Oh, for sure, but let's see if you do first.
If you do know, yeah. Are you talking bollocks or not?
Right. Okay, animal handling, you say. So, can I put guidance on this, or is this just a general one?
I'd say you could do guidance on this. You're guiding. You're trying to. Well, this is your knowledge, so I would say there would be no guidance on this one. It's just a normal check. So I would say the first thing is just what you know. So it's a straight 15. So that's fine. You know quite a lot about horses. Who do we lose, by the way?
Quent has disappeared somewhere.
He'll be back.
He'll be back.
What's his excuse?
So yeah, do you know what I mean? So we'll say that you know what's going on here. So you understand what you should do. Now do a straight up persuasion check to see if you can explain it to him. I would also say for now you start doing it. So this is almost like a 2 thing. 1, you start to actually fix the straps and get it right, and then you're just going to try and teach him how to do it at the same time. So give me a persuasion check.
Right, just try and find that. There we go. Oh, so many buttons.
I think Quent's gone to get ice cream from the ice cream van.
Right.
Okay, ignore that. There you go.
Oh wow! So basically, you spend 10, well over the caravan is starting to move away, and the guard is getting more like, we can't stay back here, and it's almost like maybe these two know each other, the mage, and they're having a bit of a bicker at the same time, and he's like almost a counselor now. Alfred is very much like, look, you can go on, we've got this bit protected, and he's like, well, I'm not leaving Elsa here I'm not leaving her, she's gonna come, and she's like, I'm not leaving until this horse is fine. So it's almost like they're a little couple bickering, and Alfred's in between it, trying to deal with it. Meanwhile, you explain to him that really this needs to be strapped this way, and you really need to look after it better. Oh, like Bessie here. So you spend 10 minutes, and the caravan is slowly moving away, but you manage to sort it out. You deal with it very well, 2 very good rolls, and I would say, yeah, you stopped one of the horses getting killed. Well done, because that could have ended up with the death of a horse being beaten to death at the very worst end. So it all worked out well. So the horse then picks up, and you sort of like pat it down, and you've got it all set up, and you feel that you've managed to teach Bade a lesson.
Well, yeah, never pass up the chance to give a good lecture.
And that week goes by. That was an easy challenge to get through. It's not all massive combat fights. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, without much further ado, you get through that without any real issues. Arlo, roll me a d20.
Oh god. $13.
Okay. And I think that's the end of that week. Moving along, you're getting to about the halfway stage of your trip now. And you're making good progress. Ash, can you make me an investigation check?
Investigation. That's 11 plus my character sheet 0. 11.
Hi, Quent. Welcome back. So during the course of the week, you've been keeping an eye with the dwarf woman, and you still haven't managed to identify any more cultists. You're pretty sure the 2 cultist wagons that you know about are indeed the cultist wagons. You can see them, but you're not really seeing that they're doing well to blend in with the background. And at the moment, there's the 2 wagons that you know are cultist wagons, but you're not quite sure if there are any more. You're pretty sure there were 3, but at the moment you've only managed to identify 2.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
Still.
could I not use clairvoyance to listen in on some of the conversations in some of the carriages?
We'll do that in the next week. We can try and get some clairvoyance, and I'll allow you to then maybe get an advantage roll or discover it. But yes, we'll do that as we go into the next week, which we're going to do now. Let's move on and get into the next sort of week goes by. Week goes by, no real. You all develop various relationships, little things that you discover. Certainly, Arlo, who likes to talk, you discover that. In where you're riding, Radicir Parathun is the male rock gnome traveller. Oh no, you've already spoke to. You know that he likes to gamble. We already did him. So sorry, not him. We'll go to Aldor. Aldor is. You discover that he's a lawyer. Yeah, and you discover that you figure out that he's heading to. He's actually relocating away from Baldur's Gate to set up a new firm, and he's quite happy about that. And if you make me an insight check.
Arlo?
Yes, do an insight check. Alfred learns some more about beer. And I believe, and I'll do that next. Let's go back to my thing.
Oh, yes, that's why he was on the brewing wagon. Yes.
So yeah, you believe him. He's setting up. He's setting up what he is. So he's on the brewing. He learns a bit more about the brewing process. He's going to do a quick cheeky roll. He rolled well. So he learns how to identify alcohol. So now he knows he would be able to, by just rolling on something, be able to learn the ability to identify alcohol. I'll make that.
So he learned the ability to drink something and say, "Yep, that's alcoholic."
Yeah.
I learned that ability too.
I need to read more about it.
Practice it fairly regularly, though.
Oh, we were literally at a restaurant last night when they brought shots out right after the meal, and we're like, "Is this alcoholic?"
And was the answer
It's
yes?
a skill.
But you had to try.
It was yes.
He's also able to by doing that, he's also able, with the right equipment, to maybe be able to brew some alcohol. He would need the equipment, and he does actually work with, during the course of that week, with that role. He's able to So he learned how to purify water previously, so he now knows how to purify water. He's now able to craft beer with fermentation. A few hours of work will allow him to create. In fact, he's now created something, but it will take weeks of fermentation. So he started the brewing process now, and he was successfully able to craft the booze, we think, but it will take the next few weeks until beer actually happens. So we'll find out over the course of the next few weeks how good that beer turns out to be. Right, anyone else want to achieve anything within that week, or can we move on to the next week?
Clairvoyance.
So this is So we've already had the roll from I think about that. We'll do the clairvoyance on the next week. Did you need to in that week reapply the spell on Tazar? How long does it last?
Every 10 days, isn't it?
I think it's 10 days. Yeah.
So if a week's gone by, I would say,
because a week is a 10-day.
Yeah. So I would say do it. You need to do it now. So make me a roll. So I assume you're going to do the same as last time. Try and go away, stealth up, and go in and do it. So just if whoever's doing it needs to make a stealth check.
Well, presumably it'll be me and Arlo, because Arlo needs to open the mansion.
Oh, it's against it, yeah.
Yeah. So you two go together again, like last time. Make a stealth check, see if you can get away. I'm sure you can find a good moment, but just let me a stealth check, see if you do manage to get away.
I'll have you know that Arlo is a stealthy motherfucker.
We'll see whether I am.
That is a 26.
Mine's...
How did you roll a 26?
On the wind.
It's a nat 20 plus 6.
That's a nat 20, guys. That's a nat 20. There you go.
Yeah.
It's a nat 20 for stealth.
You know, years and years of being a coward have really helped Arlo learn how to slip away unnoticed.
So right now, the two of you
Mine's
you
not
managed
too
to get
bad.
away.
Mine's a 12 plus 5, so
You managed
17.
to escape.
Yeah, ain't no Arlo.
no.
You managed to escape. Yeah, this time you do. Yeah, where you feel pretty confident that no one's seen you. As one night when everyone's sort of camping at a roadside inn. This time there's a little roadside inn. You go round the back and you go in, make sure everything's okay, check on the eggs. So that's all sorted.
Yeah, the eggs aren't cracking
Okay.
or coming out.
No, you've left them in an area where they won't even develop. If I remember rightly, you can.
I know we know that, but I'm not sure our
Yes.
characters necessarily know that.
I thought you did. I can't remember, but yeah, we'll come back.
maybe.
So next up, somebody roll me a d20 for the next day. Arlo, you do your usual divination things.
6.
Okay, so it's a 6. So now roll me a d12.
2.
4 and a 9 on the divination.
Okay. Let me make a note of that first. So I've got that in case the session ends and you haven't used them. 4 and a 9. You've got mage armor every day, so that's fine.
Always.
And you said a 2, didn't you?
Yes.
Okay, so oh, this is a fun one.
As a ritual spell, can I cast Detect Thoughts on Quent to see whether he has any?
Well, it's a good thing you don't cast a see into brain of people, because you'll just see cobwebs.
Yeah. Kind of just do the surface thoughts, kind of see what's going on in Quent's head, and he's just hungry.
Meat.
And kind of wants to kill something.
Hey, better
So-
go take that hollow one. Yes.
The next day, or as the days go on, they spend. You feel this day's quite a pleasant day. Sun is shining. There's a lot of positive vibes going around the caravan. And as I'm just trying to find a sound effect, which I don't have. Okay, that's fine. I thought I had one, but I don't. As you come along, let me switch you because I've actually prepped a thing for this, I think, or is it on that one? Stranded.
Aren't we supposed to lay low? Just thinking, because cultists and stuff, so maybe getting known for slaying those things were probably a not so good thing.
I mean, yes and no. On the one side, not the best. On the other side, well,
Couldn't let Bessie get it taken.
Couldn't let Bessie. Bessie was in the mirror the whole time.
Oh yes,
Just-
yes. Forgot you because you're travelling on the wagon. You put Bessie in the mirror.
Got to do it.
Thoughts
Okay.
happen sometimes.
Just rearranging this caravan, guys. Give me 1 second. Right. So this is more at the front. So at the front of the caravan, and at the very front is lots to look at. Is
Unless they've rearranged.
Sam? No. So he would, and that's with you. So you two are either side, and as you go round a corner, what you see in the road, and I'll actually pull this up and read it properly. Random events. So as you round a bend, you see a human head in the middle of the road,
Okay.
just there.
Seven.
And as you approach it, you sort of you do the little symbols to slow the caravan down behind, and everyone starts to grind to a halt. And the human head at the moment is about 100 yards ahead, which is about, we've said about 100 yards per couple of squares or whatever. So imagine that. And then you slow. Do you want to approach it? What do you want to do? Tell me what you want to do.
Is it like severed on a pole?
It is. Make me a perception check. Both you and Quent. The two of you make me perception checks.
I'm just throwing a dice across the room.
Perception. A 11.
Pt22.
So the head's on the ground. You see the head on the ground level. What you see, Ash, is the head. It's actually buried, and you actually look, and it is slowly moving. It looks like someone's been buried up to the neck in the road.
Okay, so by moving you mean alive?
You can't tell from this distance. It does seem, with that roll, I would say it looks like that, but it looks alive,
Okay.
but not conscious.
Okay. In which case, because I think we're out riding on the horses, aren't we? So I'd go to Quinn.
Yes.
I think they're still alive. I think we need to dig them out and sort of move up.
Hey, hold on now. Check your surroundings first. You don't
So
know
yeah,
if it's an
he's going to
ambush
be
or something.
cautious. I'm going to go up. I
would say-
figured that.
I would say, so you've got, with your perception check, you don't see anyone else around. We'll go with the same perceptions. Even with your higher perception, you just see the head in the road at the moment. Quent,
Right, can I be a grumpy old
because
man?
you said that, I would say that you're more aware and that you're ready to do something if anything happens. But right now, from what you saw, you don't see anything, and he seemed pretty clear that you saw around. At the moment, the people at the back, Alfred and Arlo, you're at the back. Again, you're a couple hundred yards. You all of a sudden, you feel your thing come to stop, and we'll come back to you in a couple of rounds to see if you decide to move forward on the thing. Ash, you can maybe do you want to send the bird up as you come to a stop, Arlo?
What I was saying, can Arlo be a grumpy old man and kind of do the whole,
Why are we stopping now?
Yes.
and just stick his head out, and
So
maybe
you're
send
doing-
Poe up, like
you're
say.
doing that
'Cause
for the
he wouldn't
moment.
want to go up himself.
You're doing that for the moment, and you'll maybe send Poe up in a second.
Yes, I'm
Ash,
just grumpily complaining about coming to a stop.
As you approach the body, you do see that it's you see it's moving in the way that it's like it's alive, but it is unconscious. And what you spot as you get to within 10 yards is the word Oathbreaker painted on its forehead.
Okay. Can I see any clothing? Does it look like it might have been a cultist, or is
You
it just the head?
cannot
Just the head.
see any clothing at the moment. It's just a head literally sticking out of the dirt.
Okay.
Well, right now it's in the way, so...
Well, I'm currently thinking I'll cast a healing word into it, see if we can get it back to
Okay, mark that
consciousness.
off.
Yep.
So it would, with that, it starts to come round like, and it's still looking a bit out of it. It's clearly been here for a while.
And then basically ask you what.
So in fact, you casted a healing magic. So yes, he's in a bad shape with exposure and dehydration. Casting any healing magic on it revives him. So yeah, he is revived at the moment.
I feel like Ashra needs to roll a wisdom saving throw before he decides what to do.
Please,
Well,
Is he smart enough to leave it alone?
I'm going to talk
please
to
help
it.
me.
I'm going to talk to it. What?
Yeah.
That
are you
alone
doing
needs a
in the
wisdom
road?
saving throw.
It's water.
I love the fact that JJ is saying the water, and JJ's go like...
And I'm just drinking his cider.
What do you want?
I don't think I've got magic water, but presumably I've got a
I would imagine
skin
the whole party would
flask
have
or
a water
something.
skin,
Yeah. So I mean,
If only this was on the other campaign, you could just give him some booze.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, magic flask. But water skin. I'll feed the head some water. I'm not going to try and dig him out or anything yet. I want to figure out what the hell he's doing in there. Whose oath he's broke.
So it's like left here by bandits. They attacked me and water, and he drinks some water. At this point, you notice. Let me just choose one. One of the guards. That's the wrong list. I need it as characters. No, it's not in characters. Fuck, where did I put it? 1 second. Locations, chapters. There we go. One of the guards in here. D4. 3. So someone else walks over to you at this point. a human male guard who was at the front walks over. Very tall. Like, he's... How big are you, Quent? You're about 7 foot, you said, didn't you?
Yeah, something like that.
This
I'm a
guy is...
Goliath, so
He is maybe ever so slightly... I mean, you would say you're the same height, but as you look across, actually, you think this guy might actually be even bigger than Quent. He's like 7.5 feet, yeah? Like I say, he's probably tallest of all the characters. Probably bigger than anyone has ever seen. And you're used to it because you have a guy that travels with you who's a Goliath. He comes over and goes, "What's this? Oathbreaker? Do we think he's some kind of paladin?"
Well, I was just about to find that out. He was just gasping for a bit of water. So, yeah. What oath have you broken? You said you were buried by bandits. Why would they write that on your head?
What on my head? They attacked me and left me here buried. Do you want to make an insight check?
Yes, definitely. I don't know. That's 6 + 1, so 7.
So you believe he was buried. You're not quite sure. At this point, you believe that he was probably attacked by bandits, and you believe he generally doesn't know why that anything's on his head.
is it carved in or written on or
Painted.
Darn.
With blood or like just like berries or something? Or...
Make me a perception check. Or medicine, your choice.
Probably not great either way. Medicine's +1. Perception. Oh, he's +4. So between 10 and 13.
Maybe it's blood. Could be blood. Could be just some kind of juice. You're not 100% sure.
Okay.
At this point, one of the merchants has walked over. Maybe your merchant Sam comes over and goes, "We don't have time for this. We really need to keep moving with the caravan. People are going to start getting antsy. He's obviously been put there for a reason. Maybe we should just move on. Let's just leave him behind."
Well, I don't know. It's not very nice to just leave him buried if he truly is innocent. I mean, if bandits came and attacked us, I mean, we could have left our horses.
Why would they write Oathbreaker on his head? I mean, clearly he's been traitorous to someone and been left here behind. Maybe he would be damaging to us. I don't like this.
I don't like it either. Why wouldn't they just kill him? That's the bit I don't understand.
Well, let's do it the easy way. Dig a little hole around him, get a rope around him, and pull him out. At least he's not in the way of the caravan then.
So the guard agrees with you. He's like, "Yeah, we should. Come on, people. We need to get this man out of here anyway. It won't take us long." And Sam's like, he goes back to his caravan. And so it takes, according to the guide, it's going to take a couple of hours to fully dig him out. And then, because you have to dig him out, and then you have to replace the soil in order to go over. The road's quite narrow here, so there's no going round. You'd have to go over his head or dig him out and refill in the ground and pack it in. So it's about 2 hours that you spend.
Arlo would help with his unseen servant.
Mm-hmm. And most of the caravan kind of decide to take some time. Most of the caravan takes some time to take a break at this point. It's kind of like late in the afternoon, so it's been a long day, and maybe we should find a camp after we've done this. So it's going to take you a couple of hours to dig him out, dig him back in again, and seal up the road.
Dig him back in again? What?
Oh, fill it back in again, not digging him back in again. When you finally relieve him out, he's drank some water now, and he's like, "Oh, thank you. My name is Kalon Amofel. Thank you for digging me out of the road. If maybe you could take me to the next stop on the road, I could find somewhere to camp and rest up there. I would really appreciate if I could be part of your caravan until we get to the next stop."
Well, if he's good enough to walk, then he can just follow.
He's currently only wearing a loincloth.
Okay.
And he does. Yeah, go on.
I'm going to say, do you have any skills that would be useful to us?
He goes. At which point he's like, I'm just a common man. I was attacked by bandits. He goes, I have to come. I wasn't just attacked by bandits. I was supposed to marry a woman, and I decided to break the engagement because I discovered that her family were bandits, and it was them that took me and buried me here and wrote this. And he trying to rub it off. Now you've told me he tries to rub it off, and he goes, "Do anyone have rag?" And he hopes for that.
Okay, right.
Ash,
I mean,
make me a perception check.
okay.
Also, Quent, you're around the area as
Nat
well.
20.
You can make a perception check. Oh, it's a nat 20, guys. So as he starts to clean off his head, you spot something. And Quent, you can look as well, because you're there. And Alfred, I think at this point he's at the back. He wouldn't be there. He'd be looking off. He's still brewing at this point. We're doing small challenges, so just make me a perception check.
Didn't reduce, but okay.
He's got it, but just to see if you see it as well. So you both see it. And Quent, you've seen it before. And Ash, you've definitely seen it before. Because as he starts to sort of clear it up, and then what he then does is he takes the rag from wiping it and wraps it round his arm. Just as like a wristband almost. But before he can seal that on there, you see a very familiar tattoo of the Harpers.
Okay.
So he has a Harper tattoo on his arm.
Okay. I'll, because I've got a pin now, haven't I? I think that was.
I don't know if you're currently wearing it because obviously you're incognito.
Yeah. Yes, I've got a pin. Right. Okay. So, yeah, I'll look and make sure the guard isn't looking, and just sort of I'd have it inside my jacket or something. So I'll flash in the pin and go. What was someone like you doing betrothed to a bandit?
And he sort of looks at you and he goes, "We'll talk later."
Okay.
And obviously we're working through. So as it's during the week, we'll move on. He's on. So I'm guessing the guard sort of brings him in as well at this point, and he goes, "I just want to rest up. Is there a place to rest?" And in fact, they bring him down, and Enom's speaks to a couple of, and Imsa says she's gonna walk for a while alongside the caravan with one of the guards, and they actually bring him in, and they put him in with you, Arlo, in the back of the caravan. Ash, what do you want to do at this point? Do you want to sort of get in and settle him in, or?
I mean, if there's room, yeah, I'll.
They sort of move him in the back, settle him in. They say, let's give him some space. And if you want to make a persuasion check, you can try and persuade one of the other two people to sort of give him some space. And you can sort of maybe say you're going to give him some medical help. Maybe Alfred will be there. In fact, Alfred will say that. Alfred will do a persuasion check. Ooh, not bad. And you actually, with that persuasion, you manage to clear out Enom's caravan. So Amazon's there. Someone climbs up on the top with Enom, and they're having a chat.
I mean, someone can ride Dusty. I'll let them.
So you offer the horse, and he's like, "Oh, okay." And it's the person, the lawyer who we established is relocating. He gets up on the horse, and he Dusty's a little bit, but he gets on there, and you have the caravan to yourselves. What are you gonna do?
Okay, so Quent noticed the thingy. I'll mention to Arlo and Alfred that he's a Harper.
Yeah, Arlo will just be dismissive, you know.
Bloody do-gooders. It serves him right for getting into trouble. We should leave him on the side of the road before that trouble catches up with us.
We do have a way of finding trouble, don't we?
He's like, "So you're a Harper.
You have a way of finding trouble, boy. I just happen to be in your vicinity.
Do you think you two could stop arguing for 1 second?
Unlikely.
It is imperative.
Unlikely.
It is imperative that we get moving. I assume that you're here tracking the caravan. Are you here on Harper business, or you just happen to be in Harper's?
Little of column A, little of column B. We have our own reasons for being here, but they happen to align. So yes.
Well, I was tracking this shipment, and I was trying to get ahead because some others went on ahead, and I was sort of half tracking this, half keeping ahead. And unfortunately, I ran afoul of the cultists. They were able to discover my deception, and it was, in fact, I was trying to be one of them, and I'd managed to get into one of the caravan, and then the forward caravans, and you remember that the main guy ran off ahead to move forward. There was a small group that left, and it would appear, as he tells his story, that he would have managed to get away with those guys, but at some point they became suspicious of him as one of the newcomers, and when he tried to pass on some information to another harp at a roadside inn, it turns out he was witnessed, and therefore the cultists manufactured a story that he was passing information to the bandits and convinced that caravan that had gone forward that they should bury him and write the sign on his head. So,
Okay. Right. Okay. So
that's what he says. Do you want to make an insight check?
that would probably make sense. Yes. Yes. Do I believe it?
Hello. Yeah, do you believe it? You can? So it's Arlo and the two of you are in the back at the moment. So you two make insight checks.
Arlo's not even going to bother. He's going to start, over a course of 10 minutes, ritually casting detect thoughts. He's not even going to hide it. He's literally just going to be like, hold on 1 second, I don't believe you, and he's just going to start channeling detect
So
well, while he does that, I've got a dirty 20. So.
Okay, so he's casting that, and he's telling you the story over the course of, probably takes him 10 or 15 minutes. He goes, and then they captured me when I was trying to pass information on to one of my fellow agents in the field. And you get the sense, Ash, that he's telling the truth. And the surface thoughts you get is, I don't know why he's casting this spell on me. Clearly we are both Harpers. I have the tattoo. What is he doing, this crazy old man? That's his surface thoughts. And if you delve deeper, he'll let you.
Arlo's
and
going
he's
to be
telling
like,
the
what
truth.
is this BS? I am going deeper.
No, and
I
he
give this
just...
guy a headache.
And he lets you in. He doesn't try and resist, and you gather that it's exactly the true story. He was ahead. He was trying to track the cultist, and unfortunately, he got caught. He was sloppy. That's what you get. Is I can't believe I let them discover me. It is lucky that Punjab, I don't know, make name on the spot, got away. Thank goodness they only caught me. So he feels guilt.
So,
you get a lot of guilt for getting caught, a lot of shame, and he's kind of trying to pass that off with brazenness, and he's been a bit hard, stern on the exterior.
Yeah, so Arlo's going to go to Ashray, and he's basically going to say,
Well, I've got some good news, and I've got some bad news. Good news is he's telling the truth. There's also the bad news, though. Bleeding Harpers.
So, yeah, he communicates that to Ashray. He's genuinely telling the truth. He's, was buried by bandits.
So over the next sort of week, what you do learn, because we're doing this sort of week at a time, he takes a day in there, and then you sort of leave him to it. And as the next day's feeling much better, rests up overnight, he heals all his hit points back like you guys, right? He gets his spell slots back. So the next day he's out and about, and he offers he sort of goes to speak to one of a couple of the caravans, and he offers to sort of help guard it for a little bit of travel and stuff. He has no money to stay at the inns, etc. So maybe he can sleep in one of the caravans, and he manages to work out a deal. A couple of the caravans shirk him away, but he's able to pick up a little bit of a bit of work off of a couple of those sort of caravans that you haven't as yet identified. So what you do learn from this, and occasionally he pulls you aside and talks to you, he gets a few minutes here and there. What you do learn over the course of the next week is you're a couple of weeks now outside of Waterdeep, and when if he can stay with the caravan to Waterdeep, he does have contacts in the city, and he could be, he's happy to work with you, and he'll be a useful ally when the caravan reaches its destination.
Okay.
So you have now met Amethel, and he will be an ally.
Right,
Excellent.
Gaz, I need you to write that down because I am not writing notes right now.
A couple of weeks from his contacts in the city. His name's Amethel.
Put them in an email, send them to
One thing, are we worried that we'll come across the people that buried him, and they'll recognise him, and that will out us?
Are you worried? Well, at the moment you've helped a stranger. You haven't picked
Yes.
maybe a couple of. So make me. What I would say is, if who is gonna? I would say that you've predominantly dealt with him. I would say Quent would keep doing what Quent's doing and being a guard toward the front. I would say the two of you would probably be the sort of sneaky ones that would talk to him, having talked to him. So both of you make me a sleight of hand check,
Okay.
just to see
Arlo.
if any of the cultists pick up on your affiliation with him.
Okay.
So Arlo and Ash, sleight of hand.
15.
Okay.
working on it. If
Dun, dun, dun.
There we go.
Where am I looking? Oh, I'm not in anyone's character sheet. One second. Boom. Into that one. There it comes, guys. Did I miss it?
Oh, it's coming. It's
Oh.
coming.
19.
Ooh. So again, both of you are able to, as a harper, you're able to sort of talk and stuff. You know the score. And Arlo, you're a wise man at keeping quiet conversations quiet.
Anything that involves hiding or slinking away, Arlo is.
He's the
efficient at it.
man. So with that, no one on the caravan, you don't believe anyone on the caravan's picked up on your affiliation. You helped him in the road. You've put him in the back of the caravan. Arlo, he's only in there for a day. Then Arlo's back in there. The other guys are back in there. You're back on your horse. So everything kind of returns to normal. There's just an extra person on the caravan. A lot of people turn around saying, I heard he ran out on his wife. And it's like, and the bandits buried him here. I don't really know why. Well, I mean, he says that the bandits. I think he might have been a bandit, and maybe his wife was. I mean, who? And so there's lots of rumors going round about him, and but none of them seem to be about him being a harper. No one's. Oh, actually, let me just check that. And no one appears to be aware of his affiliation, other than you guys, because you spotted him and gave him the rag straight away to cover his tattoo. Another week has passed. We're progressing.
You know,
a lot quicker than I thought we would.
Ashrin would have asked. I think Ashrin would have asked Salt and Pepper to stitch him up some clothes.
I mean, I would say there's quite a lot of clothes on the caravan. People have got stuff in there, so he's not walking around in a loincloth anymore. He's wearing standard, just commoners' clothes. He's managed to pick up a little bit here and there. Green Imsa's got a thing, and she gave him a hat to keep the sun off his head, and one of the guys gives him a pair of trousers. So he's pretty sparsely dressed. He's certainly not wearing any armors or anything, but he does have clothing. I don't know if you guys have got any extra armors or anything lying around that you'd want to give him.
You say that, but in a bag of holding, I happen to have Tazar's most treasured set of chainmail.
If you wanted to let him... I mean, if you gave him that... I mean, you rolled really well on your sleight of hand. I would say you could, in the back of the thing, let him wear it and no one would know the affiliation. So if you wanted to let him have it, you could.
Well, I think Ashrin has to try and persuade Arlo to do that, because Arlo's very precious about Tazar's things.
True
He was
story.
a very dear friend before he died.
I was going to say, at the moment, I'm not sure we'd want to go quite with that.
He's currently wearing clothes. Just be aware that the caravan may get attacked and he has no armor.
Well, this is where I was going. Didn't we? I thought we had some crap armor. Did we get rid of it? Because
You also can cast mage armor on him if there's an issue.
Yeah, I was just
Never.
Thinking, while we're discussing with him, is he trained? Is he a fighter? Could he help?
He is a... Do you know what? He doesn't... Let me just see. What's his name? I don't think in the campaign he has a thing. He was one of the things. So, what's his name?
Amethel or something like that. That's
He doesn't know. He doesn't. He doesn't have a thing. So, I would say... You would discover from him that he's a spy for them. And I would imagine if I was going to... If we bring him into the combat, I will treat him as a level 5 rogue.
Okay. Just thinking...
So if you offered him the armor, he would be like, "That's a little bit out of my. I like to be more nimble. I like to be more free."
That's what I was thinking. He did, unless he's equipped with, because that's heavy armor, isn't it? Unless he's equipped for that, it's not really going to be the sort of thing that you'd give.
I don't suppose you've got any kind of any weapons or anything. Maybe a dagger or a little hand crossbow or something.
Now that I can do.
Arlo's got a couple of daggers. He'll give him one.
Okay, so he has a dagger. He's happy with that. Puts it in his belt, so he's at least got some kind of weapon if he needs it.
But Arlo, being a cantankerous sort of fellow, would say to him as he gives it,
That better not end up in my back, goddammit.
There's no danger of this. There's no danger of this.
Yeah.
Unless you
Swear
keep
to me
on.
now.
Unless you keep annoying.
You can never harm me with this dagger.
So, anyone? So, how is the herbalism going, Arlo? I believe you made one, but you've not really. You could try and find something. I would say the area that you're in is pretty arid, actually, just because you're not a computer you can take notes. So for now, I'll leave that, because there's definitely a couple of encounters which would lead to you being able to do it. So for now, we'll say it's pretty arid. There's nothing you really come across that you think. As far as brewing goes, the brewing keeps on going, and oh no. During the course of a night, something treacherous happens with his brew, and it spoils. He rolled a natural 1 on the brewing. So his first batch doesn't manage to make it beyond a couple of weeks, and it was only like a couple of weeks away from doing it. So he'll have to keep trying to brew again. It was going well, but it was only, by the way, because he'd succeeded, he only had to not throw a 1. Just to keep an eye on it, but as he opens it up, he opens it to the air, and some toxins get in,
yeah.
and it's not good bacteria that makes a better brew. It pretty fails it, so that's unfortunate for the brew. Quent, anything you want to achieve in the week at all, other than some push-ups and strengthening yourself?
Nah, I think that's more or less it. I think. Don't think I have any real objectives at the moment.
Can we do a? So the two boys give me a stealth check to see if you can go and keep a Tazar alive. Well, you can keep him alive as whether anyone spots you.
What we doing? Stealth +5, 21.
So 21's fine. Arlo.
Working on it.
I like that. I just have to look over here because his rolls come up. Look at your rolls are amazing. Again, without any real issue, as you stop at a roadside one night, you're able to find a little secret area. No natural 20s from any cultists. What was the... That's fine. Still wouldn't quite be enough, actually. And it wouldn't have mattered if he'd have seen you. It just would have been interesting.
Yeah.
Right. That is another week gone by. Quent.
Did Arlo do his clairvoyance thing, or was that taken up by the fact we got
that's what we will do. I would say we'd get the dude, and you did the rolls against it. I would say this time you didn't have much. I expect you found your week finding out about him, and that. So we'll put that as this week, and then we'll take it to the next week. So let's move into the next week, which is now over halfway through your journey. Things are starting to move and shake. Quent, Arlo, do your divination. Quent, make me a d20 roll.
Damn.
Interesting. Roll me a d12.
5.
Okay.
That's almost 50-50.
17 and a 9.
Okay, let me make note of that.
Some high ones this time. Well, a high one.
I got a feeling I'm going to succeed in something this week.
I get a feeling.
I got a feeling.
Dang.
Okay, so
Transition 2.
what was the second roll? Sorry,
9.
is it 9?
Oh, do you mean the one Quent did?
No, Quent. What was your second roll?
5.
Yeah.
That's the amount of dragons you're coming up with. Oh, fuck me.
Haven't quite got there yet. Then let's see what this. Oh, that's going to open it in the wrong place. Suck off. Suck off. I need to go over here. Everything is priced. Ha! I'd already worked that, so we've already rolled for that. Interesting. So, Arlo, the week progresses.
Yes.
This is a long trip. You're getting a little tired, a little bit fed up. What one day you're filling some time and you're talking to one of your fellow caravan mates, Radachir Peruthun. If you remember, Radachir, did I not put a link on that? Really? Come on, that's terrible notes from me. Let me see if I can find him in characters. No, it's not in characters. Damn it, he's in chapters. Radachir is... So this is the Mel Rock, this is the Gnome Rock, who you talked to before. He loves gambling. So one day you're having a little play, you're having a game of cards for a bit of fun, maybe a small bit of coin. In fact, roll me a d20.
17.
So you're right. You win 6 gold off of him. I rolled a 6 on a d6, and you rolled really high.
No, so the casino because I just use this divination for
just during the course of it, and he's a sore loser. We've established he's a little bit of a sore loser. But he's
Arlo's not very wise. He'd goad him. He'd be like, well, you just have to be a little better, my friend. You gotta have those spots.
But he does gamble boisterously and well, and during the course of it, you do make almost you're sort of making him as a comrade. You get on very well. There's some drinks, there's some gambling, there's some fun, and during the course of the conversation, he notices your snowflake amulet that you have, and even though he's losing, he's like, I do like snowflake shape things. Would you sell that? Could we? He was kind of hoping at one point when things were going his way that he was like, well, you could always put that in the pot, and then you pull out some more gold, and you put that. He goes, oh, okay, and he goes, what if I was to buy it? Would you sell me it?
Right. Arlo wouldn't let him know how valuable that item probably is. So he just lied to him along the lines of,
no, it was a gift to my daughter, you see. It's got immense sentimental values. It wouldn't really be of any sort of value to you or anyone else, but to me it means the world.
And he takes that. He's like, do you know what? That's fair. Oh, do you know what? If it means that much, it's so pretty. I love pretty snowflakes, and that's pretty much how that goes.
Yeah, he wouldn't want to let on that it's magical. Not at all.
Okie dokie. So, day goes by. Next day comes along. You do some work. You do some bits and bobs. Having a chat. Maybe this is one of the times when you... did you at this point want to maybe make a divination? Did you want to do that check? The clairvoyance check?
So the way it works is I burn a spell slot, level 3, and I drop an orb into one of the caravans, and I can choose to either see or hear. So, because obviously sight isn't going to help that much, I would listen to what's going on in one of the caravans.
Which caravan?
So, I'd pretend to be asleep in my caravan while listening to what's going on in one of the other ones.
So, which caravan?
Ooh, which ones haven't?
So, let me run from the front to the back. Working away from the back, we've got the ale wagon guarded by Alfred. So, Alfred's there most of the time with Bade Shepherdball and his terrible horsemanship. Currently, the wagon in front of that is a known cultist wagon. After that, you have another wagon. In fact, you have 2 wagons, which you haven't discovered much about yet because we haven't got to the point where you've rolled enough to actually learn any information. But what you do know that the 2 wagons, one of them is driven by the owner, the merchant, and the other one's driven by Werond Torahar, who you know quite a little bit about. They're a very good teamster. They seem very good at what they do. And they've both got a couple of labourers working with them, but you don't know anything about those.
To streamline things, we'll say that second one.
Let me carry on. Jeez, man. Then you know then there's a cultist one. Then there's yours. Then in front of you, that there's like 2 wagons you don't know nothing about. One of which you do know a little bit, which is that it's guarded by a brooding gargoyle tethered by a chain. That's the gargoyle one. And the guy doesn't speak. Let's throw the silent. That's one thing you know. And then in front of that, at the very front, you've got Sam. So you've kind of got those 4 or 5 in the middle. So if you wanted to, you wanted to do one of the 2 in front of you, yeah?
Yeah, the one with the good teamster.
Okay. So one night you're listening in, and you sort of cut in there, and actually Werond is chatting away to the labour that's on ours. And in fact, first of all, you hear that she's there with the animals and she's talking to her animals. And don't worry, it's like, I can look after you. And then she does a weird whistle, and you don't see what happens, but you hear the noise of like a satisfying horse just sitting down, and you realise that she's able to command the horse just with whistles. She's talking to one of the labourers, whose name you don't know, but she's like, "Oh, Nuha, I can't wait till we move away from. We get to the end of this road, and one day I'm going to get myself a boat, and I'm going to go a sailing over the seas, and maybe I can meet myself a nice strong man, and he'll look after me, and we'll get ourselves lost with love and passion." Oh my! And so I was like, "Yeah, no, it's a wonderful notion you've got there." Basically, over half an hour. How long does it last?
That's a good question. Oh,
4 hours.
Yeah, it lasts 10 minutes.
10 minutes of a starry-eyed romantic talking to a labourer about her love and passion whilst commanding a horse.
So as I'm pretending to be asleep, everyone in the caravan would see me gently shake my head and go something along the lines of,
The dreams of the young.
So you can now safely say that. So it's the second wagon. So it's basically the one in front of you. So the one in front of you. I'm going to highlight that in bold.
at some point I would communicate that to Astrid and Quent that it's not worth us investigating that caravan because it's got a very silly woman in it.
Yeah, so you've pretty much established during the course of it now that is not a cultist wagon. So again, you've got a nut cultist wagon, you're ruling them out as you go along, and that's what you managed to do in this week without really a roll. So that the morning after that, you wake up. And I need you to make me a perception check. Arlo.
Oh, great. So before I make a perception check, I get to roll 2d20s.
No, this is your same week.
Oh,
We're saying that you get the rolls in the week. So you've used one of them, you've still got one.
Right, okay. Not very perceptive, but that's a 14.
Oh, that's... So you wake up and you're doing your morning routine, different pressure to shake yourself if you've got it. If not, maybe getting someone else to. Or just using a bucket of water. And as you go to do it...
And an unseen servant. I'm literally there.
Your unseen servant is washing you down. Oh my god. Your saggy ass. I'd like to think that you just do it in the middle of the thing with people watching you.
Yeah, it's people watching, but I'm too old for this. I've lived. I don't give a flying fuck what they're doing. I'm just old and I need to be clean. I smell like an old man.
And you suddenly notice something. Your necklace is missing.
Interesting. What do I notice?
Your necklace is missing. The snowflake pendant that you have isn't there. And you start to look around. Did I misplace it somewhere? Where could it be?
Interesting. Just one sec. Right. I'm going to go looking for it, and I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts as I start to ask people if anyone's seen my necklace. And I start with that bloody gambler.
So you're in the same thing. So you're a bit late. You suddenly realise, and you turn around, and what are you going to say? Are you going to talk? So you're going to cast Detect Thoughts, maybe before you start talking to him, 10 minutes, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Are you doing that openly or secretly?
Well, I would cast it, and people would see that I'm casting a spell, but they wouldn't know what it is unless they're magically inclined.
Okay.
Okay. It's not an obvious one. So I cast a spell.
Yeah.
Right.
He's not.
Then,
you don't think he's aware.
Then, Right. So how many? There are multiple people in the caravan, right?
I mean, your caravan currently, as you wake up, and most people have left because you're naked and showering. And then you're starting to get dressed, but it doesn't take you long to find Radicere. He's outside. You know that within your caravan alone is the main. I think there was the 4 people. There was him, you, Green Imsa, and the lawyer guy. And of course, there are a number of guards that check on things.
Right. So Arlo's not very wise. So he would get up, he'd make a beeline for that guy, and when he finds him, he would very loudly say,
Oi, laddie, I've got a bone to pick with you. That necklace you were offering to purchase last night, it went missing. And, I've got a sneaking suspicion that you might know something about it.
and I give him a stink eye as I'm saying that, and feel for what's going on in his thoughts as I throw out a bold accusation in his face.
Oh, how you gave me this? How dare you? You probably misplaced it. You old stinky codger. The surface thoughts
The emotional
you get,
damage.
The surface thoughts that you get are, how dare he accuse me of this?
Oh, so I'm getting the impression he might be telling the truth.
I mean, from the surface thoughts itself, he doesn't seem to be hiding anything. You can make an insight check or delve deeper.
I'm going to delve deeper. Fuck this guy. I'm going to delve deeper.
What's the DC on that?
DC 16 intelligence saving throw.
Okay, so let me just quickly load up the stats of a...
By the way, because you haven't said anything yet, he's going to have the 7.
Okay, so he fails, and you've used your divination dice, which is fine. So he fails. So as you delve deeper, he is... I was beginning to like him. Now, how dare he accuse me of this? I mean, I tried to buy it, I understand that, but still, outrageous! And he is very angry at the... Because and now people are starting... You notice now, because you didn't do this secretly, people are starting to look over going, what's going on over there? He stole this necklace. I never did trust that little rock gnome. And so he's looking around, he's incensed.
Right, so having delved deeper, and I can see he's not taking it. Right, I'm giving him the stink eye. I'm just going to wave my finger at him and say,
"Oh, lucky that I can tell whether or not you're lying."
And I'm going to address to the audience at large of people who can see me, and just very loudly say,
"Hello, you all. Someone has taken something very dear to me. My daughter's snowflake pendant. Has anyone seen it?"
And I'm going to kind of scan across the people that are around there to see if I can feel any sort of guilt or as a surface thought, or anyone with that sort of hiding it mentality.
Oh, you have to take 10 minutes per car. Oh, you can move it from person to person.
No, I can move it across to people. It lasts for 10 minutes, but I can literally scan a room. It's an interesting one. If someone's hidden, you can use it to try and find someone.
The wife just gave me some sweets. 1 second. I'm also reading.
So I'm basically, scanning across the audience for guilt or for deceit.
I would say to be able to perceive what is guilt and not guilt within these thoughts, make me an insight check. And because you've got the spell, make it with advantage.
Right.
As you scan through to see if you can find the right... At which point, whilst you're rolling that...
I'm definitely going to need that advantage. That was a nat.
That's a 0!
-1.
I've never seen a 0 before!
It's a 12.
Okay, so you're figuring that out. The dwarf, actually, whose name is... it's not Quent's friend, it was actually Tiet Shek, comes over, and she's like, "What's going on here?" That was the dwarf. I got my accents, man. I lose my accent sometimes. What's going on here, then? There's thievery going on. We don't like thievery where I come from. We deal with it very severely. And she looks across to the rock gnome, and then she sort of hears you at that point say that you're able to tell it's not him, and then you're addressing everyone, and she's like, right, if there's been a thievery, and she sort of looks at Arlo and says, are you sure this has been stolen and you've not just lost it?
It probably never occurred to him to search for it, but he's gonna go full blown. I lost it. He's going to tell her, without a doubt, with 100% certainty, that someone has stole his necklace. He's like,
Of course I've tried looking for it. Someone has stolen it. And my God,
Right,
you have
we're going
any
to have
idea
to...
how much value that is to me.
I mean, we can't search the whole caravan.
Like hell you can't.
At which point, so Quen so this is happening at the back. At the front, people are starting to notice it. Quentin, can you make me a perception check?
Pretty good one. 15 plus something plus 1, so 16.
Nice. You notice one of the guys that's from further down the back. You see there's a kerfuffle going along, and you start to spot someone in particular moving away from the group, sort of moving forward and away from what's happening.
Interesting.
So he's moving toward the front. So you've spotted that for the moment. Meanwhile, you're casting your detect thoughts during this point, and with the roll, there's too many people. Too many people, too many thoughts. All of them are like, what's going on? Everyone's got very similar thoughts. Nothing really jumps out of you from the jumble from those that you can see. But obviously, we've established this is a caravan that goes over 100 meters. There's nothing really. There's nothing that's pulled out. You're just at the moment just screaming and swearing and saying, we need to search everybody. And she starts to suddenly say, well, maybe we could search like inside your. Maybe if we search the people inside the caravan that you're in, and we could search their goods. So, and Green Imps is very much, she comes over and she's like, I've got nothing to hide. I would never do such a thing. And she starts to reveal her belongings. And whilst that's happening, Quen, what are you doing? He's now moving, because you're right at the very front, and you kind of notice him off to the right, and he's definitely staying away from the kerfuffle, and he's off to the right, and he looks sketchy. Let's just go with that. But that roll, he's looking sketchy. You don't know what's happened at the back, but you suddenly see a guy looking sketchy. What are you going to do?
Well, I'm probably going to go a
You
little
might
bit...
even think he's a cultist at this point. You're not sure. You just see someone looking sketchy and want to investigate.
I might just go a little bit towards his direction and maybe give him a little call out going, like, don't go too far away from the caravan. You don't know what's out there.
You're on the horse, right?
I think so.
Yeah, so you kind of riding in his direction. He's on foot and he's like walking away, and you're like, as you said that, he's like, oh, for sure, yes, indeed. I will just, to be honest, I just need to do the little, I need to do the thing that people do. I'll just gonna be behind this tree over here, just gonna do as nature intends. Make an insight check for me.
Ooh, that was crap. Well, 8.
Yeah, with that,
I have a +4.
I need to actually make a deception. Maybe I'll do a shit roll. Oh, he's pretty perceptive as a liar. So you actually think, you think, he's just going to the toilet. So you're keeping an eye on him, but you let him go off. And looking at the map we've got, he's kind of now like, there's a guy here. We'll just use this person for the sake of shits and gurgles. This person's here. The kerfuffle's happening kind of around here, and you're sort of searching in here at the moment. We're all on the same screen, aren't we? I'm going to check the screen.
Yeah.
I'm moving everyone there. How we doing, Twitch? Oh my goodness, I've not said hi in ages. Oh my goodness, hi everyone. Right, there's a lot of Restream bot stuff on there. That's what we all type. I see. It's from Discord. Right. Anyway, back to what we're doing. At this point, we've cleared Green Imsa. You started to look through the rock gnome stuff. Is now like, look, you want to look through my stuff? You've already accused me publicly. You may as well go through my stuff, and you go through his stuff, and it's not there. And you notice that the other person that shares a caravan with you, he's not around. So you're like, What you say, Arlo? I don't know. I don't really know if we can go through his stuff without him being here.
Right.
Damn straight you can go through his stuff. Don't worry, all of us are watching. Make sure you don't
Is any-
steal anything, but damn sure you don't go through it, because I want my damn necklace back.
Has anybody seen Aldor? Aldor, is anybody? And people start to like sort of make noises around the place. Quent, it's at this point that you're hearing this, and you sort of slow down because you hear the name, and people are now asking if anyone's seen Aldor. And you recently saw Aldor just go off to the toilet. What are you gonna do?
I'm just gonna cry down to them, but well, he's up here on the can.
So what do you do, Arlo? At this point, she's like, oh, so she starts to. We'll just use her as a guard. So she starts to. Well, up there, oh, he's on the toilet. I don't know if we should really intercede with the nature's business. At this point, the caravan is full on stopped.
We'll go and find my necklace. If he's on the toilet, I don't give a crap. Go and speak to him now. Otherwise, I'll get your manager.
I don't really have a manager. Just a guard on the
I
thing.
didn't ask when you had a manager. I said go and speak to him.
I'm going
So-
full-blown Karen.
Are you moving in the direction of the front? Or are you staying there and letting her do it? Or are you just going to start
Not a
searching his
meta
stuff?
game, but I think I would stay there searching through the guy's things while letting the other person find him.
So she wanders off to try and find him. You search through his things. Make me a investigation check.
Right. $17.
17. You look through the stuff. You don't find anything of yours. Yeah. No, there's lots of little nicks and knacks in his stuff, but you don't find anything in particular. You don't find your snowflake amulet. It is not there.
Yeah, so as I'm throwing his stuff from, aside as I'm going through it, I'm just under my breath going, damn it, damn it, damn it.
Okay.
So I'm
meanwhile,
just searching through it.
So Ash, we're going to just to bring you. Oh, he's not there. So Quent, you now see as you've ridden over to here. We'll switch your sides because you're on that side. He's on the other side. So and Ash, you do see from the back the female dwarf sort of heading in this direction. She speaks. So Quent, she's like, so where did you say he was going? You said he went behind to do his business.
He's just over on the other side of that big rock.
I would say, let me do this. Let me go like that. Make me perception checks, please, people. Ash, if you saw her going over there, if you wanted to and you saw the kerfuffle, you could join in.
Yeah, I think so. Well, it's interesting day. See what Arlo's complaining about.
I got a 12.
I got an 18 plus. What are we doing?
Perception.
Perception 4, so 22.
Ooh. Okay, I need to check. We'll go
Someone's
with.
perceptive.
That is really good. He also rolled really, really well.
Oh.
So plus 1. What did you roll? I rolled a 22.
22.
So did he.
I rolled an 18 plus 1. Yeah.
Roll d20. Straight d20. Rollies. Ah, it's not good.
Oh, also not great. 9.
I rolled a 9! Roll again. I rolled worse.
I rolled a 1.
Oh! So you think, as she goes around there, she's like, there's nobody around. I thought you said you saw someone behind this rock going to the toilet. What you see, because obviously you thought you saw movement and dashing, and then someone maybe disappear it, but you didn't really see where. You thought you saw movement in the trees. We'll say that you did see movement, but you're not quite sure where.
Okay, right. I know what I want to do. I'm not sure whether I should do it, but
Okay.
how
Do it.
far are the trees from me?
I mean, remember everything's accentuated here.
Exactly.
I'd say you're talking. It's a distance. Yeah, it's
Okay.
a distance. As you're moving, but you're talking 120 feet.
Okay, I can't do that then.
So the little area that we're working in, it's between caravans, but yeah, it's probably 100. We'll go with like 100 feet out to the trees. But you saw someone moving, sort of darting into a disappearing tree line.
Okay. Well, I'll just.
Arlo, at this point, you've come out and you hear a kerfuffle and you hear people saying about someone's gone missing. What do you want to do?
Okay, having searched through this guy's things, I will head in that direction.
Okay, so you're moving in this direction. So you're heading up the caravan, and you now see Asher in there, and he's like, he sort of goes, I think I just saw movement in the trees, and
Yeah, so presumably by this point we can see he's not behind the rock. So I'm sure I saw something over there.
maybe he just wanted a bit more private. I would say that over the next. So what we'll do now is just as a general idea, if everyone could make one more perception check.
So I would summon Poe and send Poe off into the trees and use his perception.
Make me a perception check with advantage.
I got 17.
I got 7.
Okay. He rolled the same as last time, so he's got a 22 on stealth.
Well, that was a 1, so 0, and then a 16.
Okay, so Poe's searching for a while, and you just don't see hide nor hair of him. People on the things are starting to get a little bit antsy when coming up out of the coming up from the back of the caravan. You see it first. You see the man, the legend, who is Aldor, who's the lawyer that you spoke to, who's relocating. You see him walking up, going, "I heard there are people looking for me. There's what is all my stuff doing out of the back of this caravan?"
Right.
Uh-oh.
I cast
We've been
hypnotic
looking
pattern.
for you for a while. I heard you were going to the toilet. He goes, I've never been. I did go to the loo. I was just over there behind those rocks. Am I not allowed to do the call of nature? And what, you didn't hypnotic pattern?
I bamf him with hypnotic pattern, DC 16.
I rolled a natural 17. So all of a sudden, the pattern, by the way, so around him, actually, at the moment, there's people milling around. All of a sudden, I'll just roll a couple of random things, yeah. Suddenly, this hypnotic pattern appears, and like 2 or 3 people start just to look up at the sky, and he kind of looks up and goes, "Yes, that's a bit strange, isn't it? What do you?" And he makes his way towards the back of the caravan to get his stuff.
I bamf him again.
Okay. So that's a fail. So then suddenly he's like, that is weird. And then he's mesmerized for a minute.
Right,
Or
and
until
then I
someone does
literally
something.
go up to him and search his person while he's mesmerized.
I would say the moment you start searching, it would break him out because you can just shake someone from it. But you get a good feel, and obviously, you don't think.
Well, you can give me a sleight of hand, can't you?
I'll give you a sleight of hand. I mean, I'll give it that an investigation, it's not a sleight of hand because he's there standing. I'll say do an investigation.
It's 21.
It's quick. You have a quick feel up as he's like, what are you doing? Get off of me! But you don't think you feel the amulet upon him.
Right.
So, did he come back from roughly where I thought he went into the trees?
No.
Right.
Well, where you saw the rustle was over here near the front.
Yeah.
He came sort of from the rear, basically, from this kind of rocky area. He basically, as if he'd gone over here. So he disappeared for about 10 or 15 minutes and then came back saying, I was just doing what I said I was doing. I was just having a poo. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, Arlo will say, we'll see about that, and he starts channeling detect thoughts as Ashrin speaks to him.
Yeah. So, as you surface thoughts are...
Well, take 10 minutes, so Ashrin can speak to him if he wants.
I would say over the next sort of 10 or 15 minutes, she comes over, she's like, I mean, it's a very serious accusation. what are you doing? And you're just like, don't mind me. And it's just like, I don't want to be interrogated in this sort of situation. And he starts putting his stuff back in. Are we going to get moving along from here? I just, and finally, when you finish the spell, we just need to get moving. I've hidden it for now. It's so risky. I thought with that situation with the gnome, I thought he would just, I mustn't take risks like that again.
Yeah, we'll go full-blown Jacques.
Jacques! So at this point, you're all kind of stood around. You're like, are you going to tell him that you've been reading his thoughts, or?
I'm not very. Arlo's not very wise. He would say exactly that. You would say,
Hey, you've been reading your thoughts. I know you're a liar. You're an absolute liar. You've got my necklace.
he's just going to start throwing accusations in that guy's direction. I mean, obviously, or hopefully, Astrid and Quent would support Arlo on that, but I don't know what everyone else would do. But he's going like, full-blown Jacques.
How? And he steps towards you.
He'll try and push deeper as well to see if he can figure out where he's hidden it.
How dare you invade my mind? And he's now trying to shut out all thoughts. Rolled off of a 19 to a 12. So he immediately tries to think of nothing at all. Think of how angry he is at you and to think about how this is nonsense. And the first thing that you see is a little tree just behind that rock where he's hidden the amulet. Because that's the first thing you think of when you try and think of nothing is exactly what you want to do. So you kind of see an area, and you can, as you glance over, you can see this rock formation here, and it looks like that. He's almost remembering as he went behind this rock and was looking for a place in the rock, and then he turned around. There was a little hole in the tree just behind, and that's where he then placed it. He almost plays it in his mind the moment you break through.
I'll going to tell him.
The funny thing about thoughts is the more you try not to think about something, the more you think about it. Astrid, keep him here.
And he's going to run off and try and find the necklace.
Okay, so you're going over there. He's going to be like, I won't stand for this. Anyone doing anything else?
He's told me to keep him there, so I'm going to prestidigitate, make my hands crackle, and hold a action of shocking grasp if he tries to move.
Where did Quen go? He just disappeared off. Has he gone behind a guard somewhere?
No, he's down
No.
here.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, and Quen, are you going to go over and do anything? Look menacing?
Oh, I'm definitely gonna look menacing.
So you go over there, look menacing. He's kind of stood there, and he's like, "Look, it's not what you think. It was just a practical joke. We share a thing together. I thought if I could hide it from him, then later on I'd be like, look what you. Oh, I didn't mean anything by it. Please don't kick me off the caravan. This is just not good enough. I mean, we don't even have. When we get to the next stop, we'll have to leave him behind. We can't take a thief with us on the journey." And the tall 7-foot guy, he's kind of come over at this point, and he's like, "Yep. If we, what we can do is if we can secure him in the back of here for now, we'll move on, and then we'll leave him at the next stop." And everyone does what Paul says. He's 7 foot tall.
Cantankerous bastard is going to suggest that they bury him with his head just above. You bury him with his head going with the word Oathbreaker on him.
And at which point, he's around as well. He's actually one of the people that's like just looking up, and as the spell ends when you cast the new spell, he's like. He has a little giggle to himself about that. That's quite amusing. Yeah, so as that happens, he's captured. He gets put in the cell for the night, or until you get to the next rest stop, which is there. So you're easily able to find your amulet. You get it back. And did I get a message? Did you have to go? Someone messaged?
Oh no, yeah, that was me, because there's an hour difference, so it's starting to get a bit late here. Just, so good. People will turn up in a minute.
That's fine. If we... yeah, we can start to wrap that up, I suppose. We not bad. Got 3 hours. Not as long, but it's better than we thought we were going to get.
I was going to say, we've definitely got through
what
some
we'll do
progress.
is we'll end the date. So, basically...
I got more than I thought I was going to get.
Yeah.
I'll make some notes as soon as we're done. But basically, so the things we did. Let me make a note of the actual things that happened, so I don't forget and have to go through the video.
Yeah.
We neck buried, theft. I'll get the proper names from in a minute. And what was the other thing that we did?
So brewing,
Random events.
Oathbreaker, Harper.
So
Dude.
battle, get the horses back.
So we did
theft,
that. We know that.
Searching a caravan.
Alfred tried to do some
Gambling.
brewing. It went off.
Failed. Eagle, what are you doing with your dice rolls? Come on, man.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So we did everything has its price. Oh, what I can do, actually, I know what to do. I'll do that. Actually, I can't move in that way anymore. Let me move it to the top. So we did everything have its price. We did animal abuse. We did Spiderwoods. You did stranded. Stranded on the road. Yeah, we did that. We did contraband. We didn't do that. We did that. There we go. Haven't done that. Ooh, or that. We did that. Okay. Cool. And we did that. I had them at the bottom before. Now I put them to the top. That's hilarious. Okay. So we've achieved many things in such a short period of time. We had only one combat, which is quite sad. There's a couple of other big things to do, but it's all gravy, baby, and we're ready for next time. We're going to end this session with my notes, like I said. So we've done those. I've moved them. We'll say that you get to a rest stop and drop him off. So he is no longer in the caravan.
Rest stop is too good for him. To be buried up to his neck in the sand.
And what I would say, that's what I said, and that's what you said, but they don't. We can't do that. So he gets dropped off. I'm going to move that down to the bottom there. And what I would say is his place on the caravan is taken up by the. His place then gets taken up by your Harper friend, who takes the opportunity to sort of offer his services as protection and to come on board, and you kind of he made basically Enom does whatever you tell him after you bring in his horse back. So when you say let's let this guy in because he's been working hard and etc., he lets him in. I'll add that on there in a little bit and add a character sheet for him. So Harper joins caravan. Need character sheet. Guys, cheers for tuning in. Cheers for having some fun. Maybe some rolls we need to do, I think.
Oh, yes. Yes, I need to fix the bot as well, but... So
we need to fix the bot. We need to do that. That's good. So Quent killed many spiders as well.
Yes. Spider's bad.
And to be honest, the great spots, if you'd have not spotted him coming north, that would have probably been hidden. And I don't think, without an amazing roll for detection, I think we'd have lost the amulet. That could have been gone for good. That was the worst case scenarios. You lose the item and you don't find him out. The sort of best solution was you're able to sort of detect who it is. But there's all kinds of intermediate options with finding it and not knowing who did it. Because that was what I assumed when he got back without being spotted. If you hadn't have got him by name where he was, if you hadn't have spotted him by name, he'd have just come back in the caravan, you'd have searched his stuff and you wouldn't have known it was him. And then it would have been a case of having to search the area and scour. But yeah.
It's a hard thing being a wizard sometimes, because I've swapped out Detect Magic for Detect Thoughts. Detect Magic would have been just as good, maybe, in that
would have
sort of
been just as
situation.
good. Yeah, you'd have been looking around with it.
You could have
found
your
it.
amulet.
Yeah. But the other thing as well, but Detect Thoughts is super useful. Like in a situation like this, where you try to find stuff out. The other thing I need to do is, I've already done it, haven't I? Yeah, second rank. Yeah, I need to add that as well. Just add that in bold, and I'll finish off all these notes later before I forget. Guys, let's whilst he's doing the rolls, he's getting ready for rolls.
People are heading back now, so
yeah. Next session. When are we free? Do you have a? Should we agree on the next time we do a Thursday? But if we could look at maybe penciling
might be a.
We might have to look on Thursday because you probably don't have access to your calendar.
Right, I am going to have to drop off though.
Yeah. No, you go, and we will plan a session soon.
Great.
Thanks
Right,
for
it's been
making it
fun.
from Sardinia. Enjoy
Goodbye from
Italy and say
Sardinia,
hi to
guys.
everyone. Cheers, mate. Thanks for joining us.
Bye-bye.
You're a star.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Top notch. Yeah, looking at the calendar, it may need to be sooner rather than later for me. Because 4 weeks from now, I'm planning to be at Aki's. Isn't it? For Glasgow. 4 weeks from now is Glasgow. So it's very likely we'll be at Aki's. So possibly the week before that, I would say, is the option. So maybe the 23rd, I'm going to put D&D question mark.
23rd, I think I could do, yeah. Next week I could do. The 16th I can't, I'm on holiday. But yeah, 23rd looks promising, yeah.
Okay.
Next week is taken. Sunday
Oh,
next
yes,
week
of
is
course,
taken.
yeah.
It's the other one.
The rest of the month, Sundays are open.
So we'll look at, even though it follows a show, it's just the best one for me. And that might be the show I'm moving anyway. Yeah, that's the show I'm looking to swap, isn't it? 21
Yes,
for
it is,
28. So the 23rd would be absolutely spot on. Absolutely spot on. So let's hope for that. So we'll message him that in Facebook. I'll do that now.
So yes, in terms of roles, I think with the whole chat thing and that, there haven't been that many entries. So there were 6 entries, and of them, Josuke was the only entrant for 3, and Trace was the only entrant for 1. So they're auto tickets. So we need to do 2 roles.
Let's do it.
There's 2 of you. So go on then, DM, if you could do a D4.
I just put my D4 away. That's hilarious. I should have known it'd be a D4.
Well, to be fair, you can do anything in half.
2.
2 is Josuke, so that's 1 for
Hey, Josuke.
Weird.
How's it going?
That's exactly the same thing I just rolled.
And then Quent, D4, or
He just rolled a 2. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, well, there's a 4.
4.
is Trace, or DJ Denova.
There you go.
Because she
1
hasn't rolled
each.
anything, but-
So we will hopefully back on the 23rd. Josuke, I will try and hit you up in the next week because we're looking for a potential replacement for Eagle. But I will send you a message somehow because I don't have long to talk now. But yeah, I'll try and catch up with you in on Discord or something. But yeah. If you could send me an email, that's it. I'll do it. I must have your details somewhere. I'm just trying to think where on here. But yeah, let us know.
JJ.
Yeah, what I'll do is if you're in Discord, yeah. So if you're in Discord, I will. Why is he not? Because I'm in staff. That's fine. That's fine. That makes more sense. I was like, let's see. What I'll do is I'll throw you a quick PM now and. Let's find out availabilities to maybe jump on, even if, because basically at the moment what I'm thinking, because whilst we're not rushing because he's gone now, what I'm thinking is I might keep Alfred on a back burner at the back and I might jump onto them occasionally, and then if Tazar comes back, he can take over Alfred before then. If not, he can take over Tazar and Alfred will head back, because Alfred was only on this leg of the journey for sure. He could have then joined on for longer. So if Tazar is able to be brought back before then, Alfred could just go. Or whatever. That's a choice that the Eagle can make. What I was thinking was if you wanted to maybe pick up the character of the Harper Spy, you could just join in. He's in the caravan, and you could be the rogue. So that would be kind of a cool rogue character that we could bring in. The party needs a rogue as well, so it works out quite well. That wasn't intentional, that's how it is. But you'd have like a pre-built character, or half-built. You could still build a lot of the backstory, etc. And you could build the rogue, who would be a level 5, and just join the campaign as a named character. So that's what I was thinking, because that way you could just join as well until Waterdeep, maybe a little bit in the intrigue in Waterdeep and beyond, and then if he could come back, or you could stay in. It's fluctuable and we can move things around. But I'll send you a PM, and we can get on with that. Meanwhile, that's everything, right? Anyone have anything else?
I don't think so. I think relatively that went smoothly. Considering one
person was in Sardinia on a beach and 5 minutes before we were due to start said he couldn't make it because his thing wasn't working.
Because he spilled a bottle of water on his battery bank.
Yeah, it went well. So yeah, cheers, guys. I'm a little hot because it's really gorgeous here, by the way. It's really nice
Yes,
like that.
it
Is it
is.
good for
Yeah, I
you?
think I'm gonna
How's
go out in the garden.
Denmark?
It is quite hot here. 25 C apparently outside.
Ooh.
Hotter inside.
Cool beans. Right. We've got we've got it should be okay for the 23rd of June. So I will hit up Joshgate and hopefully you're free on the 23rd of June and you could join in and we'll have some fun. In the meantime, guys, thank you for tuning in. Well, Sundays are back, everyone. It's been a while, but it was fun and we did some stuff. To be honest, I think the last time we did this, we didn't get 3 things done plus each of the weeks or 4. I think we've done a lot. It's quite funny that you rolled most of the intrigue, Gwen, and none of the combat except for the one we started with. There's 2 or 3 of the combats I was super excited about. But the intro was quite good. We had a thievery. I was hoping the thievery would come up quickly because of the thing. Obviously, the horse one's a really quick one. It's just a couple of little challenges. So it's quite interesting that there's some big things and some little things. But yeah, for now, you have been joined by Harper, and maybe that Harper will become a real person. In the meantime, have yourselves a lovely time. And I think that's it. Yeah. Whew. Right, I'll hand you over to our actual broadcaster who will say the final farewells.
Oh yes, I need to press the buttons, don't I? I always forget that the time broadcast. When I'm with you, you're always broadcasting. No, okay.
I know.
Yes, right. Let me find where some music is to go on an outro. And then I need to press some amount of buttons. Right, okay. Goodbye.
Okay,
we
guys.
shall
See you later. See you soon. Definitely Friday. The mix of competition starting, guys.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Has anyone started working on their mixes yet?
I got as far as downloading the tracks, that's it.
You ain't got a snowball's chance in hell.
I just want to point out that I've already nearly done my mix. I ain't doing what I do. I'm not post editing everything. I'm doing it live, and I've already chosen the chongs, and I've already had a little fiddle on Friday when I was off. So yeah, I'm confident that I'm gonna get through the first round. Unless I come up against someone good, like 90% of the people in the tournament now. No, guys, yeah. So keep your ears peeled. JJ's back on Friday. Are we on Thursday this week? It'll be the following week, won't it? So no D&D from me Thursday, but we'll be back on Friday with the usual show, which I'm excited about. And we'll tell you all about the remix, the mashup competition then, along with other things like silly games and fun.
Right.
See you later, everyone.
Bye-bye.